It's working. I am on push to talk today. Unless you guys want to hear the band upstairs. You know. They're gonna make it big.
It's perfect. Well, I guess we'll wait for it to... Sadness. So, speaking of stuff, little Hops, you talked about your friend? Probably we can talk about him joining like next week or at the end of the session or something like that. But yeah.
Yeah, I can talk with him about it.
Oh, no.
Blesses of Yogg upon you.
Well, I only accept the blessings of 9 divines, so no. Kalos guides me every day in my life. One of the first things that I love to hear in the Skyrim, if you guys played Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Talos guide you.
Talos guides you. And also,
Back
like...
to the Empire.
Yeah. Well... what was the name? I'm like, Anduin. Yeah. You know Anduin? One of the first thing that he says, like, when he appears, I'm the firstborn of Akatosh. It's like, oh my god, that's so cool. He's a badass. But yeah, Talos guides all of you. Blessings of 9 divines upon you. Hello.
Hello.
Alright, welcome everyone to the Monday session of D&D. Hopefully, you guys got the ship. And ready to roll out to do some adventure. Woo.
Always ready.
Alright, so last session in the week, you guys met our new friend, oh my god, Yanmorn, who was attacking the devil that was being, how do you say, familiarized? Is that how you call it? Was a familiar of Wizard Crascrunch, who is one of the wizard living in the town.
One sec, I gotta go take care of something.
Alright. And we see like a screams on the side, or see words of, I gotta take care of something, grab a knife, runs off, hearing stabbing. But yes, you guys met the Yarmor and got the ship in hand, and you guys brought it up for the test flight. It was flying pretty high up, although you didn't know how high it can go. And in the air, you guys are talking about weight limit of the ship, and Georgia started throwing stuffs out of the window. No, not window, but over the thing. I say yeet. They grab stuffs, yeet. And we will be starting off continuation for that. And Tala was asking you guys, once this contract is signed, she was asking you guys to, let them down on the ground. And right now, the map that you guys see, yeah, that's Wednesday stuff. So I'm gonna
Not a Tuesday stuff.
Oh, yeah,
It's
Tuesday
too
stuff.
late.
Right.
It's too late. Me and my familiar have seen it.
Woo.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Yogg has seen it. It is too late.
There we go. Alright, so yeah, place you guys is on the ship, and then we will get that part out relatively quick, and hopefully we can move on to adventure this session! Woo! Actually going and doing something! Yeah!
So, I'm hesitant to bring up the subject, but I know our carrying capacity. How close are we, or are we already exceeding it?
You're not exceeding it. You have... Well, are you asking it in character? I guess you should ask it in character to the captain.
Yeah. Sorry, need to work on getting a character here for a sec. Um. So, uh, Captain Yenmore.
Uh-huh.
So we know this boat can fly. We flew it up to the lighthouse, but I'm concerned about how much weight we can carry. We already have you, your horse, and all of us
Well,
in here.
Dusk doesn't weigh anything. She's a beaut.
I'm sorry, she's a what?
She's a beauty. She doesn't weigh anything.
Ah, well, she didn't feel like she felt like she weighed something when I tried to push her.
Just artificial. If that's a word in medieval times.
But yeah. Point being, I'd rather not fall hundreds of feet down, crashing because enemies board us or something along the lines of that. It'll just be the teleporter all over again. We got this boat to prevent something like that.
Well, I still believe that the ship's main purpose, take us from point A to point B, will be perfectly fine. This is not a warship. If we wanted a warship, we should have gone for something bigger. This ship is not meant for boarding, and it is not expected to be boarded.
If
Of
it's not
course, if
expected to be
someone-
boarded, why do you have the ballista on this top?
Well, self-defense is always nice. And, you know, if you have a ballista on top, then you can force them to not board you in the first place.
And you look at the place where Ballista was, and you see the empty places of Ballista. You see that place is entirely empty. And you see a few of the bolts and nuts kind of like pulled off.
What happened to the ballista?
You drew it last session.
I don't remember throwing the ballista.
You did.
I did?
Yeah,
Okay.
when we left off, the last thing you were gonna throw off was bubbles.
Yeah. You drew away Ballista. You were gonna throw away the chest that was being carried, that was owned by Yenmore. So I said that you talked to him, and you drew a Ballista, and we were talking about drawing Bubbles. So yeah, Bubbles is like walking around in the ship. Yeah.
But yeah, again, more that chest is really heavy. Actually, all the stuff inside, we have pouches. We can throw your contents into our bags of holding and get rid of that chest.
Yeah,
It must weigh at
definitely
least
could.
25 pounds. That's like the quarter of the weight of Lograth.
Just an idea. Instead of just throwing things over the sides, Ordred, mayhaps we should settle down the ship instead of just being over the city and whacking people over the head with our debris. Is that maybe we should just not hurt our populace? I kind of want to be their shepherd into the arms of Yogg-Sothoth. Maybe just a little bit.
Or just a little bit.
I would also prefer to keep my stuff, but
Why don't you, instead of throwing stuffs away, land the ship and land me on the ground and sell me your stuff that you're gonna throw away? You make a nice little coin, and I get a nice thing to sell.
Deal.
I like this plan.
There we go. All right, Captain Yamor, can you land the ship to the ground?
we sure can.
If you can, right beside the town well. Yeah, so that, I don't need to do much walking.
I still think it's a I still think it's a terrible idea to try to get rid of the ballista there, Zodred. We don't know what things we could encounter in the air. We could use a little bit of defense.
I mean, I have a longbow. I'm pretty damn good at that.
You needn't fear nothing. We have the power of Yogg-Sothoth protecting us. Fear not, little one. We will be fine.
And I think I actually already threw it off. So there's that. I may have
Yes.
gotten volunteer upset when I heard about the limited weight capacity.
I mean,
The fates have decided for us.
misinterpret me when I speak of my concerns. If we must do what we must do, so be it. But having that lack of a little bit aerial defense, aside from the faith of a god or a
No, I
longbow,
agree. I perfectly understand and would have agreed with you, Lograth. But when I heard the ballista was added weight and not a part of the ship, I got angry and threw it off.
aye.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've done something that I don't remember. I hope it's not coming back.
Bubbles kind of look at you scared and is like, yeah, your eye was like super red and you were looking at me weird. Yeah, I thought something was about to happen.
If I make you uncomfortable, Bubbles, you can feel free to stay in a bistro. We're just going over to see if my dragon, how do I put it, acquaintance, is willing to talk to us or not to get information. We're not going directly after your friend yet.
I don't know what have happened in the past year, so I'm fine. I'd like to see the world and see what happened to it. Well, if you don't mind me asking your friend questions, I guess.
Would Zordred know if that's okay from his experience with Namara? I'm sorry, Namzara.
Namzara was relatively cool. Although like he wasn't at the time when you met him, he was kind of desperate. Trying to stop the freaking what was it? Oh, the big dudes. What's the big dude's name?
The Tarask?
Tarask. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was very desperate and was seeking for like other people's helps to like stop them from doing stuff. So at the time he was like in very like not high attitude, more like can you help me attitude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a while. I'm hoping he remembers me. I mean, it's been 200 years, I think. Maybe even more.
That's a long time. Would he remember you?
I don't know.
And you're 200 years old?
I mean, I was dead for 200 years. So I don't think I should count that towards my age. But yeah.
I think the age comes from your birthday, not your, but alright.
Well, I talked to Kay about that a while back. I actually don't have a birthday. We never really celebrated those with my tribe. So I honestly don't know how old I am when you guys talk about age.
And while you guys are talking, I imagine Yunlarn is operating the ship downwards.
Yeah.
Alright, move your token, to represent, what you're doing and stuff. I imagine like as you see in the upper picture of the thing, it'd be like around here. Like you have to climb up the thing. Yeah.
What are these? These little like rectangle things? Are those benches or what are they?
Yeah, they are benches. Yeah.
There are benches that you can sit, and there are like oars that have been like attached on the that are like that are there. Oars, they won't count towards weight because
the oars are mainly for the water, right, Captain? Just never been on a flying ship before.
Yeah, there. You can try paddling all you want, but it doesn't work.
For the air one though, if you were to paddle, they translate that power into the engine power.
Really?
Yeah. So that, like mechanically, all the water speed is transferred into the air speed.
Okay, never mind then.
All air, yeah.
Okay.
So Zordred,
Go.
there's some magical mechanisms that do something with the floatiness of the airship.
Alright.
You
I was
needn't
just
worry. We'll
debating
just
whether or
paddle
not we
when we
need
need to
the
paddle.
benches is all, because the benches probably weigh a good couple 100 pounds.
I would rather sit if you're gonna make me row,
I know.
unless you just want to row.
I
Tala
mean, I'm only
nods
one
and
man.
says that, well, if you were to remove those parts, you could probably put more stops on the ship, yeah. Probably can find shipwright, and modify the ship that way.
Well, I look around and counts. Like, we have the captain, and myself, Mick, Lowgrass, and Bubbles. That's 4 of us, and there's 6 benches. So we could technically get rid of 2 benches, if my math is correct.
Tala's nodding. Yeah, it sounds like it.
Would you want to buy 2 benches?
Tala thinks about it and is like, well, anything can be sold, yes. I'll be taking that out of your hands if you want to sell it. And I'll say that this time the ship lands on the surfaces, and you see a bunch of the townsfolk kind of looks at you as this pretty flying ship just lands in the middle of a town. You guys attract quite a bit of attention, and yeah, Tala goes to the side. The ship lands and kind of like climbs on the ship and lands on the ground. And you guys are now in town.
Is that the right town?
Yeah.
There it is.
Alright, so we're by the general store.
Yeah, and Salah, gets out and says that, but, those benches seems like, they were part of the ship, so your problem is shipwreck to remove them safely, unless you want to just, rip them off.
Oh, the benches? I mean, we can probably take our time removing them. Can we just kind of retcon that a little bit?
Whether we
being
get a ship
character,
right
I'll
or
say.
we take our time, it's still going to be time spent. So we'll have more downtime. Yay!
I only do reckon when it's super necessary possible. So yeah, I mean that'll tell you that is you didn't rip up the thing yet, so it's all okay. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, Tala lands on the ground and says that, well, so that chance you're gonna sell it?
Yeah. Well, what? I'm sorry. What are we selling exactly? I know the benches, 2 benches, and I think everything else I've already thrown out. Probably pick it up from the
Shame,
ground.
really.
It looks like a pretty new chest. I'll buy it for 4 gold. How about that?
I think the cat wanted to keep the chest.
Yeah, I think I'd prefer to have my chest. Yeah, I'll just if there's some place I can
Well,
store
Captain,
it.
how about a like a backpack or something, like a satchel?
Well, I do believe that I have a backpack. Well, actually not. No, I sold the backpack for the chest, huh? Well, well,
I'm being very stingy right now. I know.
yeah, but I mean, like, nah, I could just,
But
you know,
if
a
we do
swamper.
get attacked from the sky by cotton candy again and we can't fly away, then if they board us, I don't want their combined weight to take us down. Because what happens, Captain, when we hit over the maximum capacity?
Was that directed at me?
He was talking to Captain, yeah.
It felt like a bit of an out of character question, but yeah, well, the weight would bring the ship down. Depending on how much overweight it is, it would probably change how fast it falls, but eventually it would be falling down sooner or later.
So if we get attacked and we start going down, we have to get rid of our attackers quickly, else we risk completely crashing.
Theoretically, yes, we can kill them and throw them off board before we crash. Yeah.
Now that helps. Because I'm good at killing.
And in another sense as well, like while flying, what are the chances that something will actually land on the ship? In the air, we're more likely to encounter birds or alike.
Yeah. But there was one time we were venturing almost straight south of here, and in the sky were these giant flying beasts. That obviously, if we had an airship, they probably would destroy us in an instant. So there's big things that fly that we want to make sure that we avoid.
Well, there's always a bigger fish.
Yep.
So, are you gonna sell the bench or not?
Yes. Give me time. It seems to be built into the ship, so I don't want to just rip it out and hurt the ship.
Alright, once you have it, yeah, bring it here and I'll buy it of you.
Okay. So I'll take my time, like undoing the bench, getting the necessary tools if needed.
As you're looking over to the bench, you do notice is that the bench is part of the ship's system. If you were to take the benches out with the ore, it will reduce the ship's movement speed.
Never. Son of a bitch.
It is literally part of the thing. In the ship, only captain can see it at the moment, but where is it? The ship ore provides 20 feet of water speed, which is translating to airspeed.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay. If that wasn't even going to mess with carrying capacity, weight totals, then it doesn't matter anyway.
It would increase the carrying limit though if you were to remove this feature. So
Killing me, Smalls.
trade-offs. But yeah.
We can either be slow like the tortoise or fast like the hare.
So if that's the case, we'll just keep all 6. I was just interested in getting good at 2 since we can't even man all 6, but I guess we're fine. Let's just go.
Should we cross a couple more people that would join our fight for our cause? Maybe those benches would help, and it would help with the benefit of us.
I apologize. You broke out a little bit on that. I didn't quite follow it.
Yeah, your voice a little bit cuts out.
Can you hear me all right?
At the
I just heard
beginning,
that
you were
question.
cutting out a little bit, but yes, we can kind of hear you.
All right. Here, let me fix my chat voice thing real quick.
Okay.
And yeah, you see the Mick is currently talking to a penguin who is squawking in the center of the town. But yeah,
Is that
it's okay.
better?
Talking to more than
talking.
just a penguin. Jinshin and I were talking while you were on the other map. It was funny. Then I did the rest of that when we landed the ship.
Okay. At least you guys are in Kansas. But yes, yeah, we can hear you. So do speak. Yeah.
Okay. Anyhow, I was going to say it actually would be beneficial that we keep the benches. Should we find anybody on our adventures that might be able to fight with us for our cause, they could be proven more of an asset for us. We could do, especially if we are going into the unknown, facing God knows what. We could use all the manpower we could get.
Yes, the gods do know what, my friend. How wisely put.
Uh, you know what? At this point, I'll just let the captain decide. He knows the boat better than I, so I will just go with what he says.
Well, I still believe that you know, just because Icarus got his wings, he didn't become a god. You know, just because we suddenly got a boat that can fly, we can't just chase after the biggest monster and expect to be successful. Um, is I believe you were talking about some sword earlier that you were looking for. Am I mistaken?
Oh, well, yes, that's you mustn't worry about my own personal goals. You see, Yogg-Slothoth has blessed us all to be a part of his divine feast, and the sword is but what just a small cog in the divine machinations of some higher beings that I must fulfill. And every dinner table must have its cutlery. So it's one of those things we must retrieve from some riddle. I must figure this out. But we'll get to that someday. No worries.
This feast
Well,
that we're talking about, the cutlery you're talking about, is a giant sword.
Well, it's a
Have,
god.
have me
He's got a
perplexed, Nick.
he's a big dude. You know.
Why does a god have to cut his own feast up?
But no, that's my job.
Oh,
Mm,
okay.
that'd be a
Interesting.
better point.
But the sword, it's ancient and it's old. So like, it's full of power. It might be helpful in whatever we're doing. I don't know. It just he wants it. It seems nice to. He lost it. It might be good to give back to him, like a good "Hey, welcome home" gift, sort of thing. I don't know.
That's
It sounds
it's
like
a bold
something.
idea,
It's-
but that's the most I've actually heard you talk about the feast without just saying there's a feast. So that's impressive.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things that go on with it. You don't want to know all the details. It's messy and it
No,
takes
I do.
planning.
I do want to know all the details. Tell me, Mick.
Well, we'll get to that some other time as the day approaches. Yeah, we really should get down to just finding one thing at a time. It's getting one thing at a time. Getting overwhelmed with the big picture is. Whew, Jinjin, where'd you go? Where'd you go, Jinjin? I really must find my penguin. Hold on. I must be up, friends. Hold on.
Uh, I want to jump down real quick. Go to what's her name? Dahlia, I think her name was.
Sala.
Dala, yes. Ask her if she has like any carpentry kits, I guess, and buy 2 of those.
She will give you carpentry kits. And say, oh yeah. And she like takes through and give you 2 carpenters tool.
I'll look up the price and take the gold off.
Yeah. All right. Anyone wants to do anything in the town?
I'm good.
And we finally shall travel the world. Woo!
I'm gonna point out to Yenmorn the location of that hot spring.
Okay. So now instead of using everyone's tokens, we'll be using this token. That's the divine divine rowboat token. So yeah, Yarmur, you should have control over it, and this is about midday as everything is happening. We're going to the Crash Crash house for the morning and going to the beach and flying a takeoff. And you guys buy some stuffs and get the stuffs ready, and it's about 2 o'clock in the midday. And you lift up the ship, and where do you like to go?
Oh, come on.
So you said you wanted to go to this hot spring. I'm going to like point my finger to over here on the map. Yeah. Okay. Well, off we go then.
All right.
Yeah.
I also will be giving you a carpenter's tools kit. In case you don't have one.
Carpenter's tools.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Saying it's to repair the ship if it gets damaged.
The
And
ship
explain that I have one too.
ship moves at the rate of 120 kilometers per day. And yeah, if you're heading to the Solar Spring, it will take about 10 days to get there, and you'll arrive there in the morning of the 10th day. And one question that I would ask you in character, in player, the ship, it can do like a relatively low flight, or it can fly really high. Which option would you like to prefer? If you fly high, generally not many things will bug you. So yeah, and if you fly low, there could be things that can bother you or slow you down in a way. But you'll be less dangerous in one way or the other. Because of the
So either
height.
go high and risk a big encounter, or low and risk many small encounters.
You can, although those will be grounded encounters, so I doubt they can do anything against you. But yeah, you'd be slowed down minorly, or at least be able to have better view. But yeah, so you can go high or low, really low.
I would recommend we just skim just above the tree line, so if we see an emergency coming, we can land it quickly. And also, then if we have a chance to hunt with your longbow or something, we don't have to get too many rations or whatever.
Yeah, what I
use too many rations as we're on the way.
I'll agree to that with Amendum that we above the tree line means above like the range of any ranged weapons and such. So that if we pass over someone who has ill will, they can't just shoot us with their own grounded ballista or something crazy like that. But
Well, I
yeah,
mean-
that sounds fine. Like go like the bare height to be out of range, but be able to go down to scabbage and stuff if needed, then go back up.
Yeah, what I was thinking is like, okay, find the tallest tree and then go like one tree above that. Does that make sense?
Yes, but wouldn't
Alright.
we get shot at from ill
Let's
will
see.
people?
All right,
But then
Captain.
we can just land it and go kill them.
All right, Captain. What do you do?
Honestly, I feel like I have enough knowledge with map reading, so I would be able to navigate over to that place without seeing the ground decently well, at least. So I'm going to stay relatively high.
Okay. Below cloud or above cloud?
Right below, maybe?
Okay, you will be affected by weather, but you will be ignoring most of the encounters on the ground, and we'll just roll for weather then. On the way, it will take about 10 days, and I'll say that for each 5-day section, I'll say that we will roll. Well, 10 days a week. Let's just say roll 1d10, 1d100. 1d100, and that will be the weather! Woo! On the way.
I called dibs on the cabin. So I'm scared of heights. We already established that. That's canon.
1d100.
Rather well established it.
Okay. On the way, the weather will be relatively windy. It won't be too strong weather or anything. The weather is just fine. Just a little bit of cold wind, like, because, it's pretty high up in the altitude. You guys are floating right below the cloud, although there are not too many clouds around. So those of you outside are probably getting a mighty suntan on your skins. And you don't see any of the people down there because, they're look like ant size from where the height that you guys are currently standing. But on the way, you do see a tiny little village over here. You don't know what are living in there, but you definitely observe it on the pathway as you're passing through. And yeah, keep moving, and I'll explain you what you see.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh. All the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And as you are getting past, around here, you see another village. I'll mark them on the map, why not? But yeah, and from far away, not many things happen. And the air is relatively safe. There doesn't seem to be any dangers, air, flying griffins, no nothing like that, no rocks, just wandering around the places. You don't see any of them on the way. And as you are getting closer to the Soulless Spring, what you would see is that the area is filled with many medium to very large size lakes. It is in degree much bigger than what you have seen in the continents. And for those of you who have visited Silver Lake, there is many degrees of those lakes around this area. And all of them are very, very colorful looking and looks extremely beautiful as you observe it from the very far in the sky. They reflect off the surfaces of the light from the sun coming down, and the sun around here seems to be a little bit of colorful range, like a shining diamond in the sky. And you guys as a player, your gains a bonus. Your overall roll is increased by 1. So if you were to roll 1d20, you add +1 to it.
And what was that for?
It's a weather bonus. Woo! The local.
Okay.
So what you do is if you roll nat 1, it is treated as 2. You don't critically fail. And if you want to roll 19, it is treated as 20.
Treated as a nat 20 or 20?
19 is treated as nat 20. It's just pure
Okay.
dice roll is increased by range 1. It's really annoying to remember, so we will only keep track of it when it matters. But yeah, this is what effects you will gain while you're in the Solar Spring.
Cool.
And as this diamond-like sun is shining across the land, you see that there is many different big or small springs around this area. And there are a little bit of tall rocks, kind of erupting the places. And each of the springs are kind of surrounded by rows and rocks, so that you see there is many variants of those lake-like, more like pond-like feeling lake in many of the places. It looks like a pond in the distance that you're at. There are quite a lot of those around as you're looking in the high up in the altitude, and you have arrived to the Solar Spring. Woo-hoo. You arrive around the morning time, and you guys all just walk up and as you're all sleepy and just walk outside to see what happened. That's what you see.
We need a safe place to land. Yeah, we need a safe place to land this.
But we're
I
in a
can walk
boat.
us to where we need to go.
We're in a boat, though. We could just
Yeah.
land in the water with the boat. Why do we watch?
So I thought you said those like bits of water were like geysers and stuff. Or did I mishear that? I was imagining like it being filled with random geysers.
Yeah, I don't know about landing in a geyser. That's not.
And also,
Um,
Mick, this water is super hot. Like you don't want even if you dip your toe will be burnt away.
But
I
we're
don't
in a
know what
boat.
it would do
It's a
to a
magic boat.
magical.
It's a flying boat. Like we could just float closer to it.
I don't know if it'll damage the boat or not. It's really, really hot water. That's all I'm saying. We can try, but we could be without a boat.
I'd rather not
actually,
risk it.
boat rules here.
So you guys decide. You pick out where you want to land and walk around off of. What was the whole point of getting a flying boat to fly to a flying dragon if we weren't gonna fly there? Like,
It's all up to captain
Yeah,
at the end, so I'll be waiting for
but
actual
yeah,
command. Yeah.
yeah, but
So
actually, boat rules here. Would we be able to just leave it mid-air and then like tie it to a tree?
You have no anchor to tie it or place it currently. There are a few magic items that guarantees that, or you can use an actual anchor, real life. So those
Well, I mean,
vessels
we have hemp and rope and stuff, right?
have been rope stop for ship and
Yeah.
anchoring, dude. It's a boat, not people. So, uh, uh,
Yeah, but I mean, you tie a ship or like, well, this is more of a boat, honestly, but you would tie a boat to the dock when you go ashore, so it doesn't drift away. That's the entire point of it. You don't drop an anchor for a small boat. You just tie it to the dock.
that is true. And like, unless there is a severe wind, but this case there are some winds. I'll say yes. Why not? Yeah, you should be able to. But also, you do know that you can just land the ship. It's not, you know, you can just
Well, on the ground.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
On the ground or on the surface, you can land the ship. That way, you don't
well,
even
so
need to
like
think about.
how steep is the how steep what is it called? How steep is the actual like body of the boat? Is it like
Uh,
relatively flat or is it just straight up
well, we
V
did land it in town.
I'll say it's like there is like
in the
enough.
water? Yeah.
No, no, on the in the town. You remember you land. Oh, I guess you're
Oh,
kind of
we did
floating.
that.
You're
Okay.
kind of floating, I guess. Yeah. You know, like, okay, me as a DM will tell you that in almost all cases, unless there is like really specific stops that happens, your boat won't be like going away from where you left off. So if there's a tornado or really big creature trying to move it, your boat is not gonna go away. If you leave it as is, yeah. If you leave it there without anything and then come back after like a week or something, it may be moved like a little bit. But you should be able to still find it in the nearby area. That much I'll give you as a DM. So don't worry too much about being lost. It's not, you know, it's a boat, you know. Yeah.
Okay,
But yes,
but
you
so
can
how much
anchor
rope do
it.
we have then?
You can use a hemp and rope to tie it off onto any places and have it like hovering over in any places. It has a hover mode, so yeah.
So how much rope do we have then? I know that I have 50 feet. Is it right? One piece of rope is 50 feet, right?
didn't you have like 3 lengths of rope in your chest?
No, I had one, I believe. That's what it says in the inventory of the boat, at least.
Oh, well, I have one, and then Zordred has like 3 or some mess. We have a bunch.
Yeah, I have three silk rope.
And then his rope of climbing, which he just uses that most of the time.
Yes.
Okay, well, we should definitely be able to both tie the ship and be able to propel ourselves down as well. So, yeah. Do we go all the way and make ourselves a ladder, the rope ladder, or?
You should be able to climb up down the ship normally. You could, yeah.
No, I'm just asking. I mean, we could still land it like low, but it would still be floating. And I mean, the ship is probably, I'd guess, 10 feet from the deck to the bottom, so that will still be fall damage. So, I mean, if we do a rope, a ladder, or whatever, yes.
Yeah, we just throw a rope over the side. You just rappel down the
Yeah.
rope for 10 feet. Oh, yeah, okay. We
Yeah.
just do that.
Okay.
Wherever we're landing. We land somewhere in Silver Lake. We tie up the boat. Let's do the thing, boys.
Yeah. Well, I'll fly the boat down to a low level, and I'll uh, toss some rope down. And I'd encourage someone to take the rope and tie it, the rope that is tied up to the ship, to tie it onto a sturdy tree.
Unfortunately, there are no trees in the area. But you should be able to use, like, there is a pillar of rocks, so you should be able to use those.
Okay.
And I'll be putting you guys onto the map, so I can't find it right now. Yeah. And your ship is currently hovering over somewhere around here, in the very high altitude.
Oh.
Yeah. Multiple colorful water bodies are around the area, and the scales are off, so yeah, the giant lakes. Should turn them into map.
So where was that stone pillar then?
I'll say that's somewhere around here. I mean, these are giants, a really big lake. So the marked rocks in the map is giant ones, like, you know. So, you know, small ones you should be able to just tie up your rock. Yeah. So yeah, you use a rope. You fly down and then tie up your boat on the one of the big rock, and yeah, you all land on the ground. And the first thing you see is what's your guys' passive perception?
10.
11, I believe. Yeah.
No, 13. It's actually 13. Sorry, mixed up with a different character.
Yeah. So 13, 10, 11, and
19.
19! Woo! Alright, this is amazing. So first of all, three of you guys who have low perception in general would notice that from far away you guys didn't notice, but also you land closer and now you're actually landing. You guys see that there is like a water geysers that are like erupting from the surfaces, like and kind of dies down in places to places. And other than that, you don't see any of the living creatures and one not around. But with 19, you will notice that there is like a tiny little how do you call it? What's your class again? Remember?
Rogue fighter.
A rogue fighter. Okay. Give me Arcana or Religion or Nature, one of the high ones. All three you kinda do.
He is like a
but
headhunter.
It'll be flavored in the one that you be rolling with.
Alright, you said either Arcana, Nature, or Religion?
Yep, it'll be flavored in the one that you have rolled of your choice. So yeah, roll whichever you want.
Let me see real quick. Unfortunately, I'm not proficient with any of those, but we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna try. We'll try religion.
Okay, roll. Alright, there are some demon or devil looking tiny creatures kind of like hiding in and like looking at you guys as you guys are landing. Yeah, and they seem to be like hiding behind the rocks, and their color is very similar to the dirt, and it's quite hard to notice, but you would see them kind of like observing you guys.
Lograth is going to tap the captain on the shoulder. Yenmor, right? Is your name? I saw some. There are some kind of fiendish looking creature down at the bottom of the rocks around the geysers. Skin is blended in with the environment.
A fiend, you say?
We should probably keep an
I
eye.
say.
Be vigilant.
Yeah, where there's one fiend, there's normal either a wizard or more fiends.
Exactly. There's one around them. Sure, there's not just one fiend around. That's for sure.
If you
And
want
I'm
to
just
look and observe and try to find the creatures in the direction that he's pointing at, you can try to roll a perception check to see if you spot the fiends.
Oof.
All right,
Not
you
bad.
do spot some fiendish-looking creatures, and Zordred, you looking around, also see a few of the fiendish-looking creatures hiding nearby the rocks as well. They are kind of trying to blend in, and many of them are very tiny. They are size of a fist. So yeah,
Do I know what they
Wait,
are?
what, this?
it reminds you of a quicklings that you have seen a long time ago, but you can
No,
roll
no,
for...
it does.
Not
you,
quicklings.
you can roll for the checks to get the imagery of what you. Yeah, so same religion, arcana, nature of your choice. It'll be flavor. Depends on what you roll.
I guess it'll be nature. I'll give it a go.
Okay,
Does that work as the crit 20 or because
that
did I
counts
understand
as
that right?
20. Not crit 20. His actual roll is increased by 1. So you roll 2. So you know it's never net 1 in this area. You roll net 2. So
Alright.
with 1, you see those. Those are the fucking fiends. They gotta go. Those are filthy fiends trying to like hide in this dusty area and trying to take away your stuff. It's probably those, but Zordred, you notices that these are actually not fiends. Those are methods. It's a magma methods you heard from long time ago. When you were hearing about the regenerative water and stuff, you have seen some of it. It's like tiny annoying dudes, and they are generally enjoy suffering of living creatures and make loves to pull evil pranks on the people, kind of resulting in a few soldiers dying even in the past.
Lovely.
Oh shit, these fuckers are still here. God damn it, after 200 years, they're still here.
what are they?
They're little like pranksters. They're target us and they will play jokes on us, make our lives miserable. And I mean, I've heard stories of them actually killing people by the ways of their pranks. Whether or not it's on purpose, it's up to debate. I've heard the same story told twice, and each time they do it on purpose, else they don't. I'm gonna get this damn fly if it kills me. But yeah, no. We should probably, I don't know, maybe Bubble should stay here and keep an eye on the ship, and us go forward. She can handle these little guys. I feel,
No, one thing
and she
that
doesn't sleep.
Got it.
I do not take jokes that well. These thing fuckers try to pull a prank on me and try to kill me. The only thing that I'm going to give in response is my dagger in their throat.
Well, I'll be right there with you.
Can I resummon my familiar? Can I take an hour to do that?
You had plenty of fire to resummon your familiar in the boat, if you wanted to.
Just trying not to weigh down the boat.
The boat has
It's a creature.
like 100 plus weight.
I thought you
Yeah.
can like snap and bring your familiar once it's summoned in and out of its plane.
Yeah.
The ritual is a ritual. It's I don't have the actual spell. It comes from the book.
Penguin weighs 25 or something like that, I think, in the simplified rule that I posted. Actually, it's a tiny penguin, right? You said?
Yeah, he's
Mentioned?
tiny.
A tiny penguin weighs 1 pound.
Okay.
The ship has
You just come with me then.
Yes.
That's so cute.
Then I say, no, don't worry. Penguin, Jinjin will watch the boat. Bubbles can come with us. Jinjin's got this.
Are you
And he
sure
goes,
the
ah!
the Jinjin is cute, but I don't know he can fight well.
He's celestial. He's alright.
If you're
But
sure,
can he
yeah.
fight, Nick? Because
If
these pranksters will go after that boat, guarantee you.
if they're fiends, he's celestial. They're meant to do the thing. It's
But they're not
it's fine.
fiends.
How about you capture out those, pranksters and show them the respect? Maybe, they will warn them off.
I'm okay with that. Let's do it.
Yeah. Did my nature check maybe have hinted towards that? That would work?
Uh,
Or would that just piss him off more?
what you know is with your nature check, methods they, or if they're killed, they go back to the elemental plane. In general, however, you do know that it takes buttloads of time to reappear. So if you get rid of them from here, a few of them, they generally prefer to stay here than going back. That's why they're here.
Yeah, maybe we can knock out a few, and they don't actually die. They get sent back to their plane, from what I heard. But I mean, at the very least, it'll take them a while to. They like this area better than they like that plane of existence, so we could probably scare them off to keep them in line. And as I'm talking, I'm like taking out my longbow, notching an arrow, and kind of nodding towards people, like, and keeping them in line. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Lograph is going to nod along with you. You can see like a little smirk come across his face as he pulls out one of his daggers, but you also see him with his offhand pull out a little hand crossbow, an arrow, or put the bolt into it, locks it back, and like, yeah, we'll keep him in line, all right. Right, boys.
Nick, you had more?
No, sorry, I spaced out. What was happening?
Are we gonna fight some Memphis or not?
We're not
Yeah,
going
that
to,
was the point.
we're going to keep them in line.
Well,
Yeah,
we can't
but
leave the ship here at least with them still alive. So either we leave this place or we kill them. And
All right then. Let's do the thing.
all right, on the count of three. 1, 2, 3, and I go and I just shoot the one that I had seen.
Okay, let me prepare a little battle map for you guys, quick.
Oh, there's 6 of them, and there's CR16. What?
There's 6 of those.
First session that I've been in that I actually get to be a part of being the beginning of combat.
Yeah, this normally doesn't happen. We normally don't like get the jump per se.
What the fuck?
Excuse me.
Okay. So, the Muppets are about 60 feet away from you guys, and you will be making your first attack. Although the scale right now, I like to fix it a little bit. That maybe should do. Not sure, but yeah, let's check. Maybe this will do. Alright, there we go. Yeah. So I'm going to place the ship, the Divine Rowboat. I'll say that you have parked it around here with a big rock nearby. It's 20 feet by 60 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Super stretch. Yeah, and you have a little rock. I'll say I'll make a separate rock. I'll say there's a little rock that you have currently tied around your ship, and there's a bunch more of them around, and a few maps that you see nearby. By the way, they're in the color of mud, so like. Yeah, and place your tokens near the ship. All right.
Holy Christ, that's a lot of methods.
Yeah, so closest one is 30 feet. All of them are hiding, kind of like with the cover. So we will roll initiative. Woo. Roll initiative. You guys will have a surprise on them. They're like looking at you and they see you talking. They don't know what you're talking about. And you're gonna jump on them. All of them will roll initiative at the same time. Since every creature has +1, we're not gonna count +1 on this one.
Do you want me to roll separately for Jinjin, or is he just gonna go on my turn?
Going on your turn, it sounds perfectly fine.
Okay.
You're going to have impact.
So,
Have a bad feeling.
question: now that we have a distance and everything like that, could I change that? Like I was going for the handles of my two weapons instead of the longbow and notching a arrow, because I thought they were like 60 feet out.
I wanted them to be, but also I'm making them map. Some of them turns out to be closer than I wanted them. So yes, you can change them.
I mean, if you wanted to do that for flavor, I'll stay with my longbow.
Longbow flavor wise sounds cool, but you have your freedom. You can use you have no problem using the 20 weapon instead.
Okay.
It's a fake. You drop your sword and yeah. But first turn, however, is Lograth. He's quick to pull his weapons out. Actually, if you tie, it's up to you guys. Who would you like to go first, Jordred or Lograth?
You said you were gonna. Like, you made the first move. I'll go right after you, Zordred.
Okay. Cool. Then I will bonus action rage and head over. I'll cut C off. And
All
just you see me do like a running and like sprinting leap.
Okay.
Kind of like from like that Hawk movie from 2003 when the Hawk was like leaping through the desert. And land right in front of C and just hit him with 2 attacks. Where's my character sheet? There it is. Take off for rage. I will put everything in defender. These will be reckless, and we'll see what happens.
All right. Yeah, roll your damages.
All right. So the first is 24 damage, and the second is the crit for 22 damage. So a total of
That's a lot of numbers.
46.
Would you like to kill it?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, simply you, in a blink of an eye, you run towards them and split one in half. And
then I'll look at. Oh no, A's behind a rock. I can't see A. Never mind. Rest of my movement, I will. Let's see. I was here. That's not a roller. This is a ruler. 30 feet. I have 10 more feet. So I'll just walk down 10 feet.
All right.
That was 10 feet.
And Lograth.
All right. Let me see. Looks like the ones I can get from where I'm at are either D or F. I'm gonna cut D off. Let me see how much.
I just realized the ship is 20 by 60, but it's displayed as 10 by 60 right now, I think. So I'm gonna.
Zordred gave it a diet, remember?
So
Isn't it easier to just move the rock?
yeah, I'll.
Yeah, Lograth is going
Let
to
me get off the
zoom
boat! Oh my
right
god!
over to. Lograth is just gonna go ahead and zoom right over to D, pull out his crossbow, and he's gonna fire.
All right, make your fire.
And and it's a good thing that I'm going first before these guys because of my subclass for rogue.
Right. Even though it doesn't look like, in the map that I drew, they're in cover. They're kinda in cover, as area is kind of rocky and they're like kind of looking over through the thing. So they will get +2 to AC, but I doubt it matters. Make your attack.
All right, let's see. First, I'm just gonna go ahead and put this in the chat.
All right. So it will count as a critical hit if you do attack and hit. As these, make it. They are surprised for sure. That strikes. Roll your damage.
All right, so that's going to be
Nice.
gonna be 7 from the piercing plus 46 from my sneak attack because I had advantage on the attack.
Roll 96 as a result of critical.
All right. Hold on a sec.
96?
Did you already double the dice, or was it your regular sneak? Is your regular sneak attack 4d6?
It's 46 and
A regular. All right.
I think it should be, yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out how to roll dice in this thing.
There's a command. Let me
I
post
can-
the command.
Oh, Nana's got it.
Yeah. So that's.
All right. Would you like to kill this?
Yes. Put it right between the eyes.
All right. One bolt pierces right, and its shape kind of like turns into mud and kind of collapses onto the ground, and it melds in with the environment very well.
Then, actually, I'm going to use my bonus action from I think Rogue can use its cunning action to dash. I'm not 100% sure.
Yep. Sounds
Yeah.
about right.
Dash hide and disengage.
Disengage.
All right. So D is dead. I'm going to use my bonus action from cunning action to.
It sounds like
dash.
alphabet when you say D is dead.
Well, that one's dead. I'm going over to the other one with my bonus action. I'm going to action surge and stab this other boy over here with my dagger.
All right. Using your action, you make your attack.
Still hasn't acted. Oh, that's hitting. That is hitting.
All right. Roll your damage. I don't know you have advantage though. Do you have a? Oh, you do, right? They haven't taken a turn.
Because he hasn't.
Yeah. So, but before that, this is crit, I guess. But you don't get a sneak attack second time though.
Wow.
But you get the one critical dice for the 1d4 for your dagger. So roll 1d4 to add on top of your knife.
Okay. So I add another 2 to it first, so that would be 11.
Alright, you do 11 points of damage as your dagger pierces through the map and and it seems to be screaming in pain as your magic goes in and tries to destroy his form. Anything else?
No, that'll do it.
Alright, as two of them went off to the sides and it's currently the murdering methods. Mick, what do you do?
Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. I forgot I was on push to talk. I don't need to have that on anymore because the band has stopped. Hold on, let me fix this. Okay, cool. Now I can just talk and everybody can know what's up. Great. I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was 60? Or do I got one more? One more? Yeah. Sounds about right. He's gonna follow me. He's gonna waddle, waddle, waddle. He doesn't move very fast on me. And I'm gonna cast Command at 2nd level, targeting this guy and then this guy.
All
So
right.
these two. I'm gonna be like, kneel before the power of Yogg Sluggoth, and command them to grovel and try to persuade them that they don't really want to fuck with us.
All right. Make your attack.
It's a Wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
Yes.
What is their saving throw?
I believe it's a Wisdom. Here, I'll post this spell.
They don't have any proficiency, so. Woo!
All right. But yeah, here's the spell.
Yeah. Description. And your command was?
I put it in at level 2. I said I told them to like grovel and submit themselves before the power of Yogg Sluggoth and us, and to
Alright, grovel, I see. And your
Yeah.
save DC is?
Hold up. Why is this so hard that I can't?
Why would you cast it? Why would you cast it at a higher level though? There's. Oh wait,
Because
there's
it only affects
F
one
guy.
creature. Yeah. No, I
Oh,
affect 2.
yeah, I missed the F guy.
Yeah. Spell DC is 16. Save
Okay.
DC is 16. So they
Both
both
of
fail.
them fails the saving throw, yes.
And can I roll a persuasion check to make sure that they are disengaged from combat or attempting
That'll
to?
be next turn.
Oh, I would take an action. My whole talking and preaching at them to,
Yep. And also, there is one thing that I forgot. You guys succeed because I forgot the result. But as Zordred, you destroy the Muppet. It kind of bursts into these sticky mud. Although you managed to dodge it out of the way, and so was this one above. They seem to kind of explode and makes a mess. Yeah.
That was not in my nature check.
I forgot about it. So. Like, me as a DM forgot about it for a long time. I was like, oh shit, yeah, they had that thing. But yes, you figured your words of Yogg has seeped into their mind, and they're currently trying to grovel. And yeah, anything else?
Yeah, I just would like to be able to preach to them like I normally do, and tell them about the wonders of Yog, and that they should become our willing slaves to lead us through this land, and how they should be uh, mystified by our powers to uh, send their allies back to their home plane. But if they submit to the will of Yog, they can be like a part of the feast, and they can be part of their primordial brethren, and that whole. I'm preaching to them as equals or whatever.
All right,
So-
Oz, you're trying to make them your slaves of Yog. Yamorn. That's your turn.
Yeah. So can I just run straight forward here, or do I have to make a down and then?
Either way, I'm fine. You should be able to. Technically, you should move down and forward.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I mean it's definitely enough on this count. Okay, so that's yeah. So I'm going to walk down 10 feet this direction, and then I'm going to charge towards this guy, and I'm going to make a lance attack.
Yeah. All right, that hits. Roll your damage.
Mhm.
For 15.
And then the horse will also make its attack. So does that? I assume that hits as well.
That
So then the imp has to make a strength check, or it gets a second attack as well.
It fails a saving throw.
Okay. So it take. Oof.
Yep,
Yeah, that's
you
no damage.
strike it with the saying, and the horse immediately stamps on top of it. And as
Yeah,
it does
just
so,
Trample
the
it completely. Yeah,
bursts.
the remaining 20 feet of movement I will take in this direction.
But as you destroy the method, it bursts into the mud, pool of mud, and your horse need to make dex saving throw.
Oh, okay.
All right. Ozzy steps on it. He kind of like loses his form and turns into a pool of mud, and then it explodes. But before the explosion hits, your horse swiftly runs away, and it's perfectly fine. All right. Anything else?
Yeah, no, I move my 20 feet, and that's that. Just charging forward towards the F guy next turn.
All right.
Or B, any one of them.
That
No, they
is-
are my friends now. Stop it.
Bubbles is running toward this one, and Oz is doing so. You can see that her one hand seems to be turning into like a scythe, like a blade looking, and it's like maybe we should keep one alive. And that is her turn. And the methods, these two have to spend their turn groveling, fall prone, and ends this turn.
Wait, it's not even a save?
Both of
tried
them
to
failed
save.
the saving throw from the command casted by Mick. So, yeah, that is that. Zordred is your turn.
Cap.
What's the duration then?
Just one turn.
Just one turn up there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think that's,
Yeah, the
that's
command
about
is next turn, okay.
40
Yeah.
feet as I can.
Yeah, I think they can get up next turn. I think.
Yeah.
Or do they have to keep groveling until they make a saving throw?
Now the target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or follow the command on its next turn.
Yeah, it lasts for 6 seconds.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I will spend my action trying to intimidate any and all within earshot by just bellowing out like in my tribal rage, like, "Rah! You mess with us, or you fuck with our boat, you will get sent back to the fucking plane you tried to escape from. Do not fuck with us.
Oh my
Fuck,
god.
fuck.
Roll intimidation check.
My charisma is a 0 bonus. Yay.
I'll say that you can use your strengths to make intimidation instead of charisma. But you can
Okay.
add the proficiency of intimidation if you have one.
Yes, I do have proficiency in intimidation. So that's slash roll 1d20 plus the 1 for the being in here.
And
Slash my strength, which is 5, and plus proficiency, which is 9.
Yep.
Or 19.
Proficiency 9? Oh, I see. Yeah. Alright, you see that these methods. And kind of like their face is like kind of horrified as they see the Muppet blood, which is pretty much mud, on your axe as you're shouting it out.
And that's my turn.
Alright, Logreth.
I'm gonna stab the one in front of me.
Yep, that one is horrified at this yelling that was coming from behind, and you get an attack on it. Oh wait, shit. Wait, this one didn't take his turn. Okay, sorry, no. It will make one attack against you before your turn. Make dex saving throw.
Me? Or...
Yep.
Okay.
As you get close to it, it spits at you.
You look in the upper left corner. Logreth will remember this. What, saving throw? Dex saving throw, you said?
Yep. It's like, and like you see, he's spitting something at you, and you dodge it out of the way easy. But yes, that was his turn. Now it's your turn.
I'm just going. After I just watch, he just watches the thing spit at him and watch it go sailing across. He's just gonna look back at the method and he's like, perhaps my friend's warning wasn't clear enough. I shall remind you of that, and I'm gonna stab him.
Make your attack. And technically, he shouted after he spit. So.
I mean, I was talking gentle words of welcoming and kindness, so either way, you know.
Fair enough. But let's.
Warning, so.
That's a
You
nat.
didn't accept our welcome?
That's not
Huh?
true.
Yeah,
You're gonna die.
they didn't accept my preaching. They didn't accept my God. Damn them and such.
They look like demons, so maybe. 11. Yeah. That's such sad roll on that 20. It's like, that 20 damage once.
Let's see. That's a.
And you don't have sneak attack on it, right? So that's about it, I guess.
No, it's only whenever I have advantage on it.
You should get Jinjin near you, and Jinjin will give you sneak attack. You like waddle around you. But yes, is there anything else you'd like to do? Bonus action?
So let's see, I stab it, and then I pull it back out, and then with my feat that I've taken for him, crossbow expert, it allows me to make use a bonus action to make a crossbow attack when I make an attack. Use the attack action.
Yeah.
Let me just put it up in there just to be safe.
Do so. That's like such similar build with oh my god, I forgot. Was not here for one session, I forgot. K, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, make your attack. $11 hits, actually.
Really?
Its AC is 11. You have 10, but because of the very sunny weather that is empowering you for some reason, it hits. You're like a Superman.
Alright,
Damn, feeling
that's going to be 10 points of piercing.
Alright.
Right.
And as you stab it and pulls it out, you make a crossbow attack with the other hand. And it pierces the method, and it bursts into mud and make dexterity saving throw.
Alright. That's 25.
Alright, it turns into a disgusting pile of mud and explodes, and as it does so, you manage to dodge out of the way. And your clothes is still pristine and fine.
Good. Go back to the map real quick to see what else it is. That's dead, that's dead. I still got my movement. Use my movement to go back over to where the rest of the group are, and that'll be my turn.
Alright, Mick.
I would like to try to persuade my subdued captives into, being more permanent captives, I guess.
Alright.
We're gonna start this slave trade with Memphis.
What wizards do it all the time. I'm a warlock. Why can't I?
Yeah, speaking
What
character.
do I? So, do I know they're fiends, or do I know they're not fiends? Would Yog would tell me that they're not fiends. I would know what they are. Of course.
There we go.
You may not believe Georgia. Georgia did say they were not fiends as well.
Yeah.
My dear elemental friends, you need not fear my allies anymore. You have cowered before the power of Yog, before the power of our might, and become our allies. Join us in our feast in our feast. You can become our servants, of course, and lead the way. Become our guides in this foreign land for us, and you will not feel the blade of my friend's axe or my friend's lance. Just get up and do not quake anymore.
Once you are speaking in common, they kind of looks at you like they don't seem
No,
to
I'd be
understand.
speaking to them in primordial, actually. I'm sorry. Should I have said that first?
I'll say that. I'll say it's okay. I'll say you can speak in primordial that instead. Sure. Roll persuasion check.
Persuasion. Okay.
It'll be pretty hard.
I mean, it's a charisma spec, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
27, was it good enough?
27. DC was
Yeah.
25, so you made it. Woo!
Yay!
Oh my god! 25? When you said it was easy, you expect people to fail? No. So, yeah. They see their friends got decimated and they're like, we serve, we do told, yes.
Grand, just grand. We will need you in the grand feast for many, what is it called? Many divine, the divine wheel turns and many cogs are in the works, and you are just as important as the rest of us. I'm sure you are put here for a reason, and you'd like to stay, right? You enjoy this place?
I'll say that is your turn, though. You know,
Okay.
in combat. So I'll say that they'll respond in their turn. Yeah, more. This one at least at surrender. This one
Okay.
behind seems to be in similar mood, but haven't said anything yet. Yeah, more.
Okay.
Would I have heard him?
This one over here, you hear him? Do you speak Aquan?
I mean, would I have heard Mick trying to make them surrender?
You hear him speaking in primordial.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, well, I'm charging forward then. The longest. Yeah, that's no. Okay. Well, lance attack. Bam.
All right, and make your attack. 13 hits.
Uh-huh. And then there's the.
12
So-
hits.
Okay, so
Roll damage.
make a
on
strength check.
both. I'm sure you will die. There's -1 from that and +1, so 9. So
Yeah.
27 damage is.
Oh, yeah, right, and the lance damage as well. So yeah, that's 32, 42, 45 damage.
Easy enough, murder one of it. This one.
That's pretty
and
trampled.
With your
And
there is something that you see, however, once you approach there. You see. Let me check. You see a skeleton of sword that is entirely black. Over here, and I'll be placing it onto the map.
well, like behind the display pile or rock, whatever it is.
So to show that it is not a Muffet, yes, behind this like rock pillar thingy, half of his body is in the pool. You see that you don't see the part that is in the pool, kind of like melted out, and other half is kind of like extending out from it, and it looks. And as you like approach, you see the skeleton kind of puts up his head and looks at you.
Okay, well, I'm going to look back and like the dead stare, like. Feed. Right.
And-
Grumpy. Yeah, so dex save for the horse. I assume that's a fail, but because of my feet, it still only takes half damage. So
It takes
Yeah.
0 damage. The method, as it explodes, it doesn't do damage, but what it does is that the mud kind of solidifies as it touches your horses, and it is restrained at the moment, as the thick mud
shit.
is kind of holding it on the ground. So it is restrained for next 1 minute, or you can try to break it out. Or you can, at the end of your turn, you make a saving throw automatically. So all that is happening, and if you want to end your turn, make your saving throw. You're currently restrained, and your movement speed is dropped to 0.
what is that? Strength, dexterity?
Yeah, strengths would do, I believe. Wait, it's Dex save again, which is weird one.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why it's Dex. 11, you make it. Your horse makes it out of the
Okay.
way at the end of your turn as the mud kind of breaks it out, or as the horse kind of like lifts his
Would I
legs.
still have my last 5 feet of movement?
That is the end of turn. It makes a saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a repeating
Well-
at the end of turn. So
Okay, well, for Yenmorn's last action, he's going to put away his lance and he's going to prepare to bring out his flail.
all right.
Yeah, that's my turn.
And in the enemy's turn, this one is like, his will to fight is not there. His will to prank is no more. It's kind of staying there, being silent. And this skeleton kind of like crawls on you, and all this is doing so. And yeah, it's gonna make an attack against your horse, and you have a prepared attack. However, make your attack.
That was just role playing wise. I don't think I have an action to do that.
Oh shit! Okay. Then
but
yeah.
but I can still force the attack to target me instead. So
Yeah. It's really interesting to see how it does that. I'll say that your horse kind of kicks it up to you.
now I'll reach my hand down with the shield and like fuck you.
Alright. Yeah, you reach your shield down on the way, and it will try
Yeah,
to make an
miss.
attack against it. What is 18 to hit?
Yeah, well I have a 21 AC, so
Alright. And it tries to swing his hands around at it, and as it strikes your shield, you feel like his body is not actually bone. It kind of, as you block it away, you notices like a puff of ash kind of falls, and then like kind of rejoins the body as he like falls to the ground. But he's still moving. And
That's
Zordred,
creepy.
that is very creepy. Yeah.
We may have missed Bubbles.
Bubbles kind of get there and then like see that this guy's not fighting, so like oh, kind of standing down.
Well, that makes it easy. Okay.
Oh yeah, because you skipped this turn, so.
Okay. Do I see anything with Yenwon and his horse and stuff?
You don't see the skeleton that he's fighting or zombie that he's fighting, but you see Yenmon is fighting something over there. It is kind of covered with rock from the angle that you're at, as well as a horse. That is
Yeah, would probably have seen me block something at least. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can get over there, roughly. And I will grab. I'll like put my hand on the horse, like where the saddle area is,
Mhm.
and provide the help action. In
shit.
terms of to like help guide the horse. Like if I see the horse going in a way it probably shouldn't go, keeping an eye on whatever they're attacking. I'll help guide the horse, help push it in whatever or pull it in whatever way would help in combat.
For combat help, I believe you have to be within the 5 feet of an enemy, not the ally that you're helping.
Oh
So,
shit! Okay.
but however,
I
if
very
the
rarely take the help action, so this is yeah.
However, if the horse were to make any other action, that only require horse's ability check or saving throw, I'll say that it will have advantages. You will be there to help it out. Woo.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
Adios.
That's my turn. Obviously, my rage is done. It's been
Alright.
done. So that's
You can
my
attack the
turn.
horses to continue your rage.
I mean, no, it ended when I did the intimidation.
Okay. Lograth. Yes, your friend, Mick, that have been traveling with you for 10 days, he was yelling some weird language that you have never heard before. You speak Primordial?
No, I do not speak primordial.
Okay. All as he's like yelling some weird languages, these like methods kind of like drop to the ground, like kind of like kneeling, and then he seems to say something, and then like it's being very submissive pose like this right now, and the bubble like running away, seeing this, like kind of slows down and is like, oh, I guess that's that, and kind of looks at Mick.
Let me see. This one right over here. Has this one been splattered yet?
Which one?
Yes.
Can you ping again? Oh yes.
Yes. All of everything behind me has been splattered.
Okay. In that case, then I'll just go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. I'm gonna stand right next, come up right beside Mick, and I'm just gonna.
Yeah, by the way, I should probably add that in. I have the aura of protection. I do believe there's an aura option for tokens, right?
What else is there? I see that one. I see the one that Bubbles is in front of groveling. The one that Yenmore was at got splattered. I didn't see the skeleton though, so I don't know that's there.
Yeah.
Really, all the best I can do is just use my bonus action to just dash another 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Right there. And then I'm just gonna keep I'm also just gonna look over at like just keeping my eye on the one method that's down on the ground groveling, but I'm also going to
From your angle, you see a portion of the this weird black-looking thing.
Okay, well, from what I can see, it's not moving. I mean, whatever Mick was screaming. I mean, divines know. I don't understand it. So in that case, I'm just gonna just keep a look around in the surroundings for trouble.
Okay.
If anything else decides to show up, he's gonna keep a lookout.
All right. Roll perception check then. I'll say.
Okay.
That takes a whole action. That's terrible.
17.
Okay.
Well, I
Seven-
guess that would be 18 because of the +1 roll. That because we're in the
17, and you see there are how do you say there were other methods in the further areas, and you notices that many of them seem to be flying away from you guys. And you think the Zordrid's yelling out, threatening after killing a bunch of them, like maybe would have worked so far. Yeah.
That'll be my turn.
All right, and Mick.
All right. I'm gonna move. 3, 4, 5, 6. Can he go in the water and swim?
I don't know.
He'd like to.
I have a feeling he would like or like he would become
You can
like
try.
a steamed penguin.
Is this water right here? Or is this sand? This discoloration.
The colored, it is a colored water.
So he's swimming right now.
Is it swimming right now? I mean, this is your turn.
I don't know.
You have control over it.
So he's not walking in the water. If he's in water right now, he'd be swimming.
He can walk into the water.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like a steam coming up the water. Yeah. It looks
Cool,
still on
then
the
he-
surface at the moment. There, you don't see any of the speed outing. So he steps into the water.
All right, and then he's going to use his swimming speed for the rest of
Alright.
his movement.
And as it is swimming, your penguin takes 33 points of damage.
And it's gone. Please remove it from the field.
And it kind of like, all it like swimming, it kind of like sings, all it swims, and it gets unsummoned.
All that's left is a little top hat.
And Top Hat seems to be like melting as well and kind of disappears into the
Yeah, with like
Kitchen! Kitchen,
into
where'd
flame.
you go? Oh,
Oh my god.
silly penguin, always getting himself into trouble. Oh, Mephit. Oh, goodness. We're going to have to... Okay, so... Lograth, it's so good that you're here, Bubbles. Now, if this Mephit... Mephit, do you have a name?
It looks up at you as like, no.
Well,
no,
we
sir.
shall-
We don't have name, master.
Very good. You should just be called Dusty, I guess.
Yes, Dusty, you can call me. Yes,
Very good. Yes, very good. Bubbles, Dusty. So, Lograth, Dusty will be joining us. He will be our guide through this land. He has agreed that he'll keep away the tricksters and things away from our boat and make sure that we're safe from the other Mephits and things. And I appreciate you wanting to keep an eye on him, but we have an understanding in his planar talk. So, the planar beings are also welcome at the feast. You need to understand, because Yogg Sloggoth is across all the universe. It's a very big ordeal. It's a very big thing. So, and I'm blabbering on at that point. But I'm not really gonna have any other action other than just talking. So
All right.
then I moved. So and I lost my familiar. So that sucks.
Yeah, Osmic is talking and seems to be very busy with this method back there. You have this skeleton that's currently trying to crawl and jump at your horses. What do you do? Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell him, taste my spiky old grandpa ball, and I'm going to attack with the flail.
All
Does 20 hit?
Alright.
Or
20
well,
does hit?
is that a nat? Is that a nat 20 actually?
Maybe you're +7, so no. Yeah. If you
No, I meant because of the +1 thing.
+1 is added to your dice directly. So
Oh.
right now your dice is 12, so you roll 13. It is treated as.
Yeah, but 13 plus 7 is.
13 is
Or
plus
is it
7
just
is
flat
20.
D20?
It is flat 20, but it's not net 20.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Well.
Alright.
Oh yeah. By the way, yeah, I should probably have used like a divine smite or something. Yeah. Okay. Yes. I'll just roll 2d8s.
Yeah, if you want to use smite, do so.
Yeah. So that's 9, 18 damage.
As you are pounding the zombie, and make Constitution saving throw for the first attack that you're doing.
Well, it's only one attack, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
first attack, make Constitution saving throw.
Okay, yeah, not advantage. Okay, it's 13,
Anything,
14.
all creatures within 5 feet. So horse and wait, you're not 5 feet. You're only your horse then. Yeah, so don't worry about that roll because that's your roll. Roll for horse. You're using lance, right?
Okay,
You're
because of the aura of protection.
Yeah.
The horse will get +4.
Also, it gains
throw.
advantage as Zordred have used his help action last turn.
Okay.
Yeah. So roll with aura of protection with
Okay, so that's
So...
well, 7 plus 4, 11.
Actually, 11 makes it. DC was 10. So yeah. Okay, so as you strike it, you see the pop of smoke kind of like poops up from the body. And yeah, but horror seems to be like just throwing it off. And yeah, that's about it. You feel like this is not a normal zombie.
Okay, yeah, but now it's the horse's turn to attack, so
13
that's 12
hits.
hit. Yeah, 13, yeah, okay. So 8 bludgeoning there, and then another constitution saving throw, I guess.
I believe it is the first time in a turn, so it doesn't trigger multiple times.
Yeah, that's up to you, you know.
Because the wording is really weird. It says the first time zombie takes damage, but it doesn't say like first time period or first time in a turn or something. So I'm just gonna treat it as first time in a turn.
I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah. So it's gonna roll Constitution saving throw, however, because it's gonna die.
Oh, it's
5 plus damage
zombie
taken,
kinda guy.
DC 13, so it makes it. And as it strikes it off, it loses its form, and you see the head gets like pierced and crushed by the hoof of the horse that it's stepping on it. And as it does so, as horse lifts up the hoop, you see it like rapidly regenerate as ash reforms the head, and it is still alive. Anything else?
I'm just going to like annoyingly sigh to myself like zombies.
And it will try to make attack against your horse. Woo! You can redirect
Which
it
I
if you
will-
want to.
Yeah, I'll block it. Yeah.
All right, it will be nat 20. Woo!
Yeah, it's a hit. So yeah, just go ahead.
And it will deal you amazing amount of damage. 11. Woo!
Okay, actually, I'm a bit surprised by that. Yeah, I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah, the zombie claws up as it's before it's crumbling. It kind of slashes at your neck, and you have a little bit bleeding at the moment. And that is zombie's turn. Zordred, you definitely see the zombie kind of jumping and doing all this shenanigan. You cannot hear you, but I'd assume you're saying that. When
Sorry, I muted myself when I had walked away. That way the guys don't hear me fart. So yeah, seeing the zombie, you said it was like half an. Yeah.
It doesn't have lower half. Yes.
Oh, so it just doesn't. It's just a half.
Yes.
Okay, I thought it was like half in water, half out. Okay, I misunderstood.
It's like human, half in water, but the lower part have dissolved away. Imagine
Right.
there is a science skeleton, you deep half in the strong stuff, and half,
Yeah.
no more there, and other half is a zombie.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna jump over these guys to the zombie.
Alright.
Um, and
Jump
then
over, jeez. That's.
yeah, easy said with Zordran.
Okay.
Um,
Although the
That's
area
that boy.
you're currently on is kind of dangerous. Are you sure you want to step over there, not here?
I'm off the yellow, aren't I?
You're kind of on yellow. So I recommend being like over there or something.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Yeah. Although if you're on yellow, you'll still be fine because I know your hit point and there's nothing. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So, I wanted to take the zombie by like the jaw,
Mhm.
just grab it, and just like lift it up, and then just swing it around and slam it over, like swing it over my head and slam it on the ground on this side of the ground.
All right. I'll say roll grapple check. So athletic.
Yeah, and I'm not raging, so that's just a straight up 19.
And you do so, and I'll say that
Well, that was without the +1, so technically it was a 20.
it will take some damage, but it's gonna do that saving throw thing again. As you slam against the ground, it kind of spreads across the surfaces, like the ashes. When you drop it on the ground, it spreads like a wind. And you thought it was gone, and it kind of starts to reform in this upper half.
Before it reforms, I'll do my second attack to Warhammer it. Recklessly. Woo! I love Reckless.
Roll your damage.
24 damage.
24 damage. It rolls nat 20 on regeneration.
God damn it!
However, 24 makes it DC 29, I believe.
Huh? Okay.
Yeah, because it's
I mean,
5
it's
plus
your
the
call.
damage taken. So even though nat 20, it does fail the saving throw.
Oh, okay.
And zombie will disperse. And you see
Oh.
that as your giant warhammer is crushing the skull again, its ash kind of like sits on the ground and it doesn't move anymore. And the initiative is over. And you have whole area for yourselves and this method.
I
what
speak to the
reason-
I speak to the Mephit in primary. Like Mephit, explain this. Why is Zordred defiling dead bodies that your people have killed? What is going on here?
Master, we haven't killed anyone. They are not what we killed. They just came here that way.
What?
Master, that we didn't. We swear we didn't kill them.
Zordred, what was that about?
I don't know. I saw Yenmorn fighting that thing. I thought it was another method until I got close. But yeah, no, it was fucking zombie. No.
Oh,
These
by the way,
pools have. Yeah.
Zordred, Yenmorn, come here. Yenmorn, this is Dusty. Dusty's hanging out with us now. He's gonna be our guide through this foreign land. He knows the way, so.
That's useful.
And
Yeah.
Dusty comes towards you and says that, and in elemental, in Aquan, is saying that
I'll be happy to serve you all masters. Masters' friends or masters?
kind of looks at you.
Hey,
I'm sorry. He looks at it.
Looks at Mick because you're the only one
Looks
who's
at Mick?
looking at the moment. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes, happy to serve. So happy to have you along, Dusty.
Does it sound like it's cooperating, or like does it sound like intimidating?
Roll insight, I guess. You'll have a medium check. Yeah. You cannot quite tell. It seems like, grumbling in the mouth. It doesn't sound pleasant. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to contemplate if I'm going to kick him in the head, but.
Yeah, you can.
Nah, but I'll stay my ground for now. See if it turns sour.
Very good. Very good. All the same, Yenborn, what was that about with you defiling dead bodies? I thought you were a paladin and of the Brotherhood. What is that about?
Have I defiled bodies?
Yes, I saw Zordred flinging over like a. It definitely wasn't a Medford there. It was like some dead body he was flinging around like a ragdoll.
It was actually a
He
half
was
a
a
body.
zombie.
Oh, there's zombies in this place. My God, it's terrible.
Nah, I certainly wouldn't defile any.
Of course not. Of
creature.
course not. Heaven, Yog forfend that I should ever doubt you and your paladin brotherhood, friend. Oh, I apologize.
Yeah, you better hope he forgives you.
Actually, that thing did spark a memory. It's been a while, These things actually are kind of common in these lands. So we may find more. I fought them back when I was
Are you talking about methods or skeletons?
the skeletons.
Skeletons are never. No, you never seen it here. You actually, with the history that you try to recall about these skeletons, you have fought these things before, though. Somewhere else. These skeletons
When you say
were.
these things,
The ash skeletons were being
Okay.
used by the other followers.
oh, those motherfuckers. Okay. Oh.
What was her name again? I forgot the freaking
Hold
religion
on.
name.
I used to have my research. I did actually have my research speaking notes up today, and I
Tarzan.
posted.
Yeah, they were the followers of the Tarzans were using them when they were fighting. They were reviving the dead zombies and natives as them, and were using them against you guys. But
So didn't you say these pools were regenerative? Didn't you say that? I did. Why do they have necromantic magic in them? This doesn't make any sense. I thought they were
Well,
supposed
no,
to
they're
help people.
healing properties, but it's dangerous. It's a double-edged sword. They will greatly help you, but they will damage the shit out of you if you stay in there. Only those with great strength and the willingness to be able to push through the pain and survive
Oh,
are able to actually regrow limbs that have been lost and heal themselves.
well, it
That's why I can see
appears
Zara actually being in here. She's strong enough to live in these pools if he wanted to.
it's. That's. I wish I'd known that before. It seems little Jinjin is dissipated in some of this heat. I will have to put in some effort in order to bring him back to this plane. It's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
you do not want to touch these waters unless it's absolutely dire. We need to stay away from them.
All right.
But
Well,
that skeleton there, long story short, I fought them before,
of course
but
you
not
have.
here. We're related to my tribe in some way. From a long story short, my tribe split. My side decided to follow Paylor, and the others decided to follow someone in the dark, in the shadows. These skeletons were from them.
Those fiends. They should all always follow the light. Yes. Hey,
After
Lord
200
Yogg,
years,
yeah,
you,
like
you
brothers. I feel you.
after 200 years though, you would think that these skeletons would be gone. If they're still here, that must mean either we lost the war or some of the skeletons' magic is still going on. We need to
Well,
find Namzara. He'll have the
me too.
answers. I
We
can't
should push
understand
forward.
your friend. Has he seen Namzara?
Let me ask. Dusty. We're looking for a mighty beast. You know what a dragon is, yes? I struggle with some of the words because he, like, it's not a direct dialect change. So he's like, a mighty beast, you know what a dragon? And
Oh, yeah, yes, master. The lizard with big wings. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. In the pools, have you seen him?
Yes, master. We have seen some of it. Although, are you gonna bring me to him? I rather stay here, master.
No, you don't have to worry about things. He's just my friend here. They're friends.
Oh, it is very good, master. You're powerful. I'm a big friend, master.
Yes.
Dusty respects that. Yes.
Yes, very good, very
I
good.
can't take it seriously.
Lead the way, Dusty. Lead the way, if you would, please. We have a feast to plan, a reunion.
Yes, master. Dusty leads.
And Dusty will start to lead you guys to the.
Wait,
Uh,
where's he going?
Actually, yeah, he starts going that direction, and kind of
No,
turns back to you.
I'm going to bring out my lance and like put it in front of him, like whoa, whoa, whoa. Like where is he going?
Gentlemen, if you'll follow me, Dusty has seen your friend with the he refers to him as a mighty lizard with wings. It's very funny, but there isn't a great word for dragon in primordial, so it's a rough translation. But you get the idea. Just follow us, and we'll find our friend.
No,
Very
he's
well.
always pretty cool, but maybe let me do the
Just
talking.
know this, Nick.
I think that would probably be best. I don't actually plan on getting too close to a dragon. I like getting eaten. I like doing the eating. That's what feasts are for.
Logreth, what was that?
I was going to say to Mick, I'm like, very well. Well, follow along with your servant. Know this. I want no tricks, no deception, no bullshit from this being. If he does, you'll find a crossbow bolt right between his eyes.
Oh, have faith, friend. Have faith.
Yeah, I'm going to like underneath my breath, like
In order
let's
to
show
have
we are
faith,
bigger prankster.
and first.
All right.
And then I just follow along with the rest of the group.
And as you follow along with the rest of the group, the wayward is quite dangerous, as there is a spouse. It seems to be spewing out some steps. He does know the way, and he seems to be avoiding these things as well, as he doesn't want to get in trouble himself. But most of the spewing, it doesn't seem to start immediately. There's always some sort of rambling and cracking on the ground, and then there is like a spewing on the ground, and it seems to be taking some time for the water to spew, and it shoots out for a moment, and then it calms down a little bit as you guys are going, and you see this quite commonly occurring as you're walking. And why don't you guys put your token in the map?
Remove the boat.
Boat is represent where you left the boat.
Okay.
Yeah. And he will be like kind of going over to here and start flying over the lake.
Dusty knows we can't fly, right?
I mean, we could if we were in a boat.
True.
Do you want to walk?
Well, let's ask Dusty how far away it is. I don't mind walking. I could use the exercise after being on that boat for over a week.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Dusty, a moment of your time, if you would.
Dusty kind of like comes back from those. He's flying over the lake as it comes back to you. It's like,
Yes, master. Anything of your liking?
Yes. Well, our wings. We have the boat for air travel, and right now we're interested in taking the long road. If you could walk with us and show us to get there the safe way. rather than flying. That's what we're interested in. It
Oh,
may take a moment longer, but
the areas
yeah.
of safeness, master. They are the there is the black mans walking around, master. Black mans are dangerous, master.
Mm, mm.
Um,
One
I
moment.
my question in Discord.
So, the method, Dusty's worried that if we don't fly, we'll run into more of these shadow dust, the zombies, these things that you'll.
No, not those, master. The black man, the really taller black man, master.
I'm speaking in common to the friend, so I don't know that he would.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Yeah, I mean, we could still walk, but getting in
It
fight
might
after
take a
fight
little
would be
longer.
tedious.
Would just
Let's get into the boat
just fly.
again and
Okay.
fly over and tell Dusty not to go directly to him, but at least maybe like, land walking distance to him, type thing. I don't want to intrude and accidentally get attacked by Namzura before he realizes who it is.
Yes, I will translate for you, Dusty. We have considered what you said, and we will actually get back into our. We will take the power of flight, and we will fly there with you, uh, as you have spoken words of wisdom. But we do not want to get too close to this mighty beast. We just want to view it and maybe take land and approach it on foot, as and taking proper precautions. So if you can find a good way for us to do that, that's what we would like to do best.
But
Does that
master,
make sense?
are the great dragon your friends, master?
Yeah, just for my own safety. They're friends, but I'm here on another mission. You can understand. It's a tedious alliance, much like how one method might only share territory with another method. You understand. It comes and goes.
Uh, uh, yes, master. The Dusty will serve you, master.
And all of you guys go back to the ship. The Dusty will be pointing directions and mainly towards this direction over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do we leave our tokens on the map, or do we just use the boat to move?
Yeah, delete your tokens, I guess, and then you can use boat to move.
All right, boatmaster.
Woo!
He just boatmaster just the boat.
I mean, yeah. Alright. Yeah, delete your tokens, and all the group is taking boat. Now, time to move boats, and they're moving. Dusty is pointing towards this direction.
Is it captain business?
It's Captain Business.
Captain Business, delete your tokens and take the boat.
Mhm. Well then.
And, yeah, towards this direction. And I'm looking for some stops. Yeah. And as you're going over there, Dusty points towards this direction. Yeah. And how high are you flying here? It changes, like, it depends on how high or low you fly. It changes what you see and what you encounter, as I mentioned.
Let's do some converting here. 50 feet?
Oh, that's pretty low. Okay.
Well, how tall are the tallest geysers that we've seen?
Yeah, I mean, like, how high does the Memphit fly? Well, Dusty? I mean,
Dusty
like,
was flying like 5 feet each, and you don't see some of them
and,
do fly relatively high. Like they do like
because I mean, Memphis are also like they are like tiny creatures, right?
they're tiny creatures. They don't go up that high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, like
Geysers.
it would be pretty hard to see a Memphis if it's tiny and we're too high up.
Yeah. Geysers, however, do shoots up like 30 feet high, but it doesn't go up like 50 feet high. But yeah, you should be able to see
Yeah.
what is going on underground in general. All
Yeah.
right.
I guess I would. I guess I would ask Lograph to like keep an eye on the Memphis. I don't know where we're going.
And the steam is relatively like hot as you're like traveling across the water. You feel the area is pretty, steamy, and all of you guys are like kind of being pressured. And the distance here is like size of a lake. I believe the silver lake you encountered was how much was silver lake? Oh my god. I'm gonna.
It was several days' travel to go across.
No, the lake itself is not that far. Let me.
We never traveled across the lake itself. We traveled around it in a couple hours.
No, but I had the actual distances for the lake. If I can get it, that'd be great. I believe it was a few kilometer, maybe. Okay, I have to think. All right. So the small lake that you see is like 5 kilometers, across. So this will take you like some time to get across, and all the way crossing, you only see like filter methods like flying around in the like nearby of the surfaces, but they don't. You see the no methods like flying all as high as you guys are at, and yeah, feels like there's like nothing in danger in that area. However, as you're crossing to the land, why don't you guys roll 1d100? 1d100.
Do we add the +1?
One of you, and you don't need to add +1.
I always have bad luck with it. I'm not doing D100s ever again.
I'll do it.
Yes.
All right. Lower may means encounter.
That's
All
not low.
That is relatively low. You will see something, and 50 feet above, you see that there is the group of skeletons, kind of marching towards a direction. As your ship is flying toward, you see the group kind of far away. They're moving into the same direction as you guys are moving currently. Although they're kind of coming at a different angle a little bit, but generally in a similar direction. And
I see how.
you see there is a horsed man on an armor, kind of walking in kind of like riding around with the same direction. And however, the horsed black armored man seems to be much smaller in sizes compared to the other zombies that he's carrying on.
And from where we are, how many of these skeleton beings could Lograph see from this distance?
Roll perception.
Could I assist?
You can also roll perception.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a,
Up for that roll,
that's,
but
yeah.
Okay. Both of you would see that there's about 70 of those zombie thingy that you guys have just fought. Although they are like fully intact in body and they're walking towards. And there's that one horse looking guy.
70?
70.
Oh Lord.
I guess I'm glad we flew.
Sorted, you're seeing this, right?
tell the
Tell me
captain to rise. Tell the captain to rise immediately. Actually, we're on a small boat. I can just yell.
Well,
Up we go.
All right, Captain's like, woo, starts rising.
Take this thing up.
Yeah, few of the zombies does notice you guys kind of going up, but it doesn't seem to like chase you or anything or pay too much mind towards you, and they're just keep moving towards the direction.
Did I
And-
recognize the thing on the horse at all from? Because you said I recognized the dark zombies that may have sourced from my war with the tribe. Did I recognize the figure on the horse at all in terms of the armor?
Roll history check.
Woohoo!
I call out to Dusty to join us on the boat so we don't have to keep following him. So we can just point directions.
18.
With 18, you haven't seen the exact armor that they are using. However, because it's a small sized, but it does come into your mind that there were higher commanders for the undeads they have summoned, called Death Knight, that leads the army of undeads where they go, and you feel that that's one of them.
Son of a bitch. Okay.
Also,
Soldier just
anyone
gets
else
really
can,
quiet now.
Also, roll stops for it. But yeah.
You see,
Actually, just out of character, how much damage would it deal to ram into them?
Many of them will die straight up.
Yeah, because I mean, we're moving fast, and I mean, it's a pretty large and hard object. So I mean, like,
Yeah, I mean, if flying ship crushes into them, I imagine they die. Yes. So if you want to use
no,
your
not
ship
not
to kamikaze,
crashing
yeah.
in. I mean, like just like a ram, like straight across.
like a lawnmower.
Yeah, basically.
You don't actually have blades or anything, so they could easily.
Yeah, but I
move
mean,
out
like
of
we
the
would
way,
hit them in
technically.
we would hit them in like the upper body or the head.
If you hit them like a car crash, maybe you'll do some damage. But yeah, realistically, they
Who
have
else?
time to.
Who else thinks we need to make this thing into a lawnmower?
Like a lawnmower as like a spinning place in front of the cushion. Yeah. It's like as it's moving along.
We'll buy
Yeah.
some long swords and just like make some spinning mechanism in the bottom.
As
Yeah.
we're rowing, the rowing motion would just.
Yeah.
Yeah, or we can like make a hamster wheel and have Jin run around inside.
Yeah, and Hobbs. Hobbs tried to say something. Hobbs. All right. Yeah. So you see that, and you raise the altitude way high up, and now you see them like an ant from very far away, and they don't seem to take any action, just slowly moving towards that direction. Yeah. Would you like to? What is your course of plan now?
Did Dusty join us on the boat to give us directions?
Yeah, you guys are with Dusty. Dusty is
Okay.
telling you guys to go to this direction. Over to here. Alright. You
These were the
move much
false
faster
flag.
compared to the zombies, however, and you fly over them. And as you are going across towards that direction, from far away, it's quite hard to see because it looks like an ant, but you see like a red dot. And you're pretty sure that's what you're looking for.
Is it on the rocks or like?
No, I mean there's from far away you see like big rocks and lake, and you see like a red dot.
Or like a laser pointer dot or like painted dot.
It's because you're far away. Yeah, if you're looking from the airplane, you look down, the car looks like a dot. It's like that.
Gotcha. Mm.
Yeah.
Well, Zordred,
Yeah,
Captain?
Sordred, you seem to be from the area.
plans? Anyone plans? You're familiar with this land. We just saw an army amassing, and
I mean, it's an army, but you have a dragon friend, right, Sergeant? I mean, dragon friend. So
Zordred is completely zoned out right now.
Zardred? Zardred!
And then like
Georgia kind of pushes them away.
Don't push Bubbles like that. That's not nice. Come here, Bubbles.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was the freaking method.
You literally can't talk to Dusty. I'm the only one that can talk to him.
I mean, he can still do body language.
Yeah.
Maybe
Just like
sign
I'm
language
the
too.
only one that can talk to my familiar. It's funny. It makes you sound like a crazy person.
But even with Bubbles, I'll push Bubbles off for a little bit as I'm trying to comprehend everything.
Push him off the ship.
I would like to question the Memphit about the goings on about this army we saw.
What do you wish to know, master?
Friends, we witnessed a mighty force of minions of death and things. You spoke of shadow creatures. Why we shouldn't walk this way? What do you know of this army? You
Yes,
seemed very afraid of them before.
yes, the black man have been capturing us and turning into those things, master.
Oh, that's bad. Okay. Where is he? Do you know where he's at?
We saw him, master. You ordered the ship to run away, master.
Oh no. Okay. Guys, so we might have Bubbles Wizard that was, the evil person we're looking for. Sounds like he was capturing our Mephit friends and turning them into zombies. And it looks like we just ran away from him.
That shakes Georgia out ever so slightly. Wait, you mean he was Bubbles'
Maybe, I don't know. I'm just putting some loose things
Bubbles,
together.
is that your friend? You're the person you're seeking on the horse that we saw. The horse that we saw with the undead army. Was that your friend?
He looks a little bit small for my friend, and
Oh, your friend wasn't halfling sized? Not fun sized?
no. My friend
What is fun
was
sized?
my friend was like much bigger.
and looks around.
Oh.
Who is like about 6 feet tall ish?
I'm 6 feet exactly.
Yeah,
points at
Zordred.
Zordred as like,
He was about as high as Zordred. Yeah.
Okay, well, we still got a fun-sized wizard something that's capturing Mephits and turning them into zombies and then marching them around this place to stir up some sort of havoc. I don't know. Seems like bad news to me.
So
We
turn
should
around.
probably put a stop to that.
I agree. I dislike wizards greatly, so
Not only that, but just the thought of the undead being kilometers away from the nearest civilization, it could wreak great havoc to the local populace.
I
And then
know they.
forward into a domino effect, which is what we don't want, but this is what also I'm particularly trying to stop myself.
See, look at you.
I
Yes.
wonder if this has anything to do with the contract, the target contract that I had still actively seeking for. I'll have to double check my notes.
Well, that's why those things are written down, sir. See, that's why I got this shiny new book. All these notes I have to take. There's so much to get done in such a little amount of time. We should
I've
figure
dealt
out
with
the
these
facts
stealth
first.
knights before. But nothing to fuck around with. But I do have a plan, if you're interested.
I'm listening.
Does this involve crashing the ship into the lot of them?
No. What
Good.
it does involve
And that was not
is using
going to.
this ship, however, by pinging it low enough and attempting, with each of us having a form of a lasso spaced throughout the ship as we attempt to lasso the guy on the horse and pick him up and separating him from his undead army.
Try and succeed in what? Bringing the most probably the most deadliest thing out of a lot of undead down there onto the ship where it can very well kill us all?
Can I
We
ask you a
drop them
question?
in the water.
If in the term Death Knight, it just is he a dead person? Does he count as being undead, or is
Would I
he
know
just like
that,
a
Ronnie?
paladin of death?
They
Like I can
were
respect
undead.
another paladin, you know.
They are undead.
Oh, well then I can just magic him. You know, like Yogg will bless us, and we'll just it's fine.
Question for the DM. In Lograth's travels, I had specified that he has done jobs where the target would be the occasional necromancer or a cult doing something necromantic and dark artish. Would he have heard of these Death Knights before?
You can roll Arcana check or history.
Okay.
Your choice.
I think in his experience, I think he would probably do Arcana. It would probably be Arcana in this instance.
Yeah.
Well, because of my several years literally fighting demons and undead and such, would I also be, like, I don't know, make it with advantage or something? History check.
You can attempt to roll. No advantage, so regular roll.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, well.
yes.
It seems the age is starting to get to my mind.
Yeah. You have a lot of undeads. Although Yambor, you don't worry about undeads. You have to plenty of them. You're quite sure that you'll be able to dispatch it, even in like a 1v1 combat.
Same shit, different pot.
Yeah. And Logras, you try to recall information about Death Knights. They're relatively powerful beings, and let me see. They're generally have like much more tools that they can do stuff, and let me double check one of them. And you do know that they have ability to like throw bowl of flame of hell that like explodes in the area and deals has like some quite heavy weaponry, like throw stuffs from afar, and they don't only fight with the sword, so there is other things to be like look out for when you're fighting against them. And they are quite formidable opponents, but you're sure that everyone together probably should be able to beat it, unless the other undeads doesn't interfere too much.
I mean, we got past them the first time. We came here to talk to a dragon. Do you think these things two are coinciding, or should we get one done before the other?
You could talk to Namzura. I mean, if
Think she'd
the
help?
talks go well, Namzura may be willing to help. I don't know. I can't guarantee how those talks will go.
I mean, maybe not. If nothing else, like she might be a little annoyed that she's got death nights where she's trying to have her spa day. I mean, I wouldn't want that annoying little nuisance in my spa day, but
Is Namzara a female?
And there is a guy.
I don't know.
Okay.
I like my spa days too. Whatever.
Knowing this, now that Lograth has pulled into his thoughts and recalled the information.
What's going on? Oh my god.
I think servers got changed.
Yeah, something happened.
Lograph disappeared?
Logras disappeared. There we go.
There we go.
Hey!
Right, but he's going to ponder for a moment and then look back over to Zordred and say, I have, in my field of work, have heard of these Death Knights. They are extremely powerful beings.
Mm-hmm.
They are very adept at fighting up close, but from what I've gathered, they also seem to possess the ability to hurl balls of hellfire that can very well devastate an immediate area. should if one of us get caught in it.
Oh well, that's not even half the problem. They're death knights. They've conquered death. They've gone there and back again. They've got this whole undead
That
army.
does not
Did you
mean,
not?
though.
Did you not
That
see
does
the
not
whole
mean
army?
that they cannot. Just because that they have mastered death, that does not mean that they cannot be killed.
No, and that's my point. With the power of Yogg Slagath, we shall just send them back from whence they came and just
Exactly.
smite them. You know, so
Exactly.
you just gotta have faith, brother.
And I feel as though our best chances of defeating this death knight, should we go through with it, is to first of all deal with the 70-something skeletal zombies that are following behind its wake. As I believe that the 5 of us, well, 6 of us if you include Bubbles, all of us combined, we should be able to take down this Death Knight. But our main problem would also reside with the Horde that's following behind it. So we would need to contend with the Horde first, and then we would have to deal with the Death
We
Knight.
must separate him from the horde. I agree. That's what I was thinking about, just trying to lasso this Death Knight up and then just drop him into the water.
Exactly.
That sounds like a
that-
terrible idea.
But that, from what
It's
could be a good
terrible.
idea. But however, recall that he has the Hellfire, the ball of Hellfire. He could just throw it up into the ship and could damage the ship badly.
Okay, hear me out. Okay, you remember the rabbits, right, Zordred? They just
Yes.
ran away from the presence of Yogg Slagath. They were just like fleed from the very presence of His
Oh,
Divine
yeah.
Majesty.
Yes.
You know, you want to separate
Let's fucking do it.
the zombies. It's just bring the Divine Majesty and let them see the truth. And they zombies. You're afraid of some zombies. You all are ridiculous.
Yes. And that actually may
But
prove useful.
If you really want to smite them all, a dragon's breath wouldn't be a bad weapon to have. If he's going to throw fireballs, we should have fireballs of our own. If you really want to even play in the field.
I want to look at the soldier's inventory real quick.
Unless you've got something that's like a breath weapon. I don't think we have much ranged weapon. You said you have a longbow, but that ballista would really come in handy right now.
I got a grappling hook.
I mean, it could be like an improvised lasso. I
No,
guess.
we all fight hand to hand, and getting surrounded would be a problem. So
We do take this fight to the ground. We'll have to make sure that the Horde of the Undead
Oh,
are dealt with first.
sorry,
precisely.
metagame.
we could
wise-
try
I do have the.
We could
hold
try to
person
have
spell.
him lure the majority of the undead into the hot springs. It might not. If I'm thinking of this correctly, we might be able. You said the water was very hot, right?
You do not want to go in the water.
If I'm thinking of this correctly, if we lure the skeletons into the water will vaporize them instantly, pretty much.
How are we going to lure them into the water?
It can,
We'd have to be in the water.
Um,
I'm not going to be in the
but
water.
you might not like it.
Alright, I'm listening.
I say first we'll we'll lower the boat. Still reach, but high enough away so we're not in contact with the water.
No, there's all that steam and stuff rising from. We won't be able to see a thing. This is a terrible, terrible
Well-
idea.
But hear me out though.
Alright, fair enough.
Well, in order for the undead in order for them to get to us, they'll need a body. I suggest that we grab all the rope that we can, and tie off one of us to the underbelly of the ship, and dangle it in front of the zombies like a fishing pole almost.
No, I'm really against this plan. We'd had to breathe in all the steam of the lake, and then you want to drop someone almost even closer to it? No thanks. Now, here's my problem: is that we don't know what happens when anything hits the water other than my familiar. And as much as I want to take Zordred's word and everybody's word, my familiar was a celestial being made of magic and essence and whatnot, and he might have just fluffed off because Yogg called him away. So I don't know. These zombies are made of necrotic energies, and if these lakes have regenerative properties, they might become better. They might become stronger,
Would
right?
any
You
of us
said
be able
things that are
to
strong get stronger from the lake water.
fix that,
I don't want to deal with that.
history-wise? If would we have known of any of it, maybe?
I say we just go kill him regular style. He gets on his steed, charges in there like a paladin should. We follow right behind him, kill them all dead.
Player wise, I'm up for the fun idea of charging crazy ass inward during Turn Undead and then fighting the Dark Knight. I think that would be a very interesting, action packed fun.
It would
So
certainly be
I'm down for
unique, at least.
that idea. Um, and Zordred would be fine, sort of, with that idea as long as he knew that that was possible, which he does because he saw it with the bunnies. Um, and so, yeah. There was one other crazy idea I did have, and I forgot what it was.
But no one wants to talk to the dragon first.
Oh, that may have been like a secondary
Not
idea.
completely out of the question.
I
The
mean,
Perhaps if we
dragon is
cannot
still a
deal with them on
plan.
our own, maybe we can enlist this dragon
did anyone
to
ask?
lend his aid to us.
I'm not Mick. Did you ask
Yes.
your Dusty? I believe you named it.
I named it
Uh,
Dusty, yes.
Did you ask Dusty why, if he knew why this guy was making that army?
Uh, no, but I guess I should. Um, Dusty, do you know why any of your friends' methods might be turned into mindless soldier slaves? Like why this army is being built? Why are they here? Do you have any idea, any inclination to guess why
Uh, uh,
eh,
uh, they.
this thing's
Yes, master. I saw the black man. The black man was
Yes,
attacking the 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 lizard master.
that sounds atrocious, and I'm
They
very sorry.
they were trying to capture the little dragons, master.
What? There's little dragons?
The
Oh,
little lizards, master.
that's
Yes, little lizards.
okay. Okay, let me relay that. So something I didn't know before. Well, I mean, I knew that, but I didn't. I didn't know this. God, Yogg is beautiful in so many ways, many things.
How was
So
it?
many things going. Oh, okay. So friends, your friend has some children, I guess, dragonlings, and this dark army is here to capture the dragonlings.
Well, now you gotta fuck him up.
Basically, but I
You gotta
think
protect Nimzora and
yeah, and we should
offspring.
probably let them know that you know.
What's the distance like, Nani? You said we saw like a red dot in the distance.
It's like super far. I imagine like really far, like airplane, below the cloud far.
So based off our experience of traveling via ship, like how long would it take?
To go down.
No, to go to the
Oh,
to
it's
go to the red
straight
dot.
down. It's straight down below us.
Yeah, you can go straight down. I imagine you are like above it, looking down the red dot on below the book.
Oh, the red Nimzara is like directly below us.
That's why I said red dot. You see below you. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like on the horizon. I apologize.
Yeah. Because I mentioned this in here, like in token distance. And you
Okay,
mentioned
and so what's the distance like between Nimzara and the army?
the army is currently over here.
Okay.
In my head, this is like 5 kilometer. So I'll say that 10 feet is 1 kilometer. So they are like 1 kilometer away, about. But this area here is the really big rocks, and like there is a kind of climbing required, so they will take some time to climb and climb up and climb
Okay. So, I honestly don't know kilometers too well. What type of walking time and stuff would that translate to? I honestly don't know.
A
like an
kilometer
hour or
is
so.
like I believe 1 mile is about 1.4 kilometers.
Yeah, so if a 5K can be done,
Oh
if
yeah,
you're
5K is 3
running,
miles.
yeah.
And like
So-
it's like 1.5 kilometer, but since difficult terrain, climbing, so it treated as like
Yeah.
3 or 4. So yeah.
So it would take them about maybe half a day of climbing and whatnot, probably a good 6 hours. Since but what, 15 kilometers,
No, 3 kilometers.
right?
Okay.
You said
10
it was
feet
every.
is 10 feet is 1 kilometer, and
Okay, 10
this
feet is 1 kilometer.
This is 15
Okay.
feet, so 1.5
Okay.
kilometer. Yeah, but there is
Okay.
like a really heavy steep cliff stops on the way. They gotta climb.
Okay. So normally it'd only take them like, I don't know, half an
Okay,
hour
so
walking, but they gotta
it's
climb,
not
so it takes them a
easy.
couple hours.
And we have, yes. Zordred is 100% in full. Like he's ready to just like skydive out of this boat right now. He's got to go protect his bud and Zura. Like let's dive bomb the shit out of this boat right now.
Ramming is still a viable option, I believe.
Do it, yeah.
I mean,
Alright,
I'm definitely
here's the
turning the ship
plan.
around at least.
Here's the
so, like,
plan. Zordred dive bombs, and maybe he carries the little goblin boy, Lograth, on his back since he's the smallest. And those two can like jump down. Bubbles can regenerate, so she can jump down as well. And those guys can jump down and help. Me and the captain will stay on the ship as like backup and lower down like slowly to land the ship safely and like ram it as like backup.
You may have
of
something
course-
going on with that, but I'll be comfortable max height jumping into a battle. Hold on, let me bring up my hit points here.
That's some heavy commitment.
Uh,
Well, whatever. We lowered the
I would
ship
say- I
to
would
an
say
altitude
max
where you can
jumping
jump.
down. Max 200 feet.
Yeah.
But
Damage.
comfortable wise,
The
100
maximum
feet.
damage
Alright.
they can deal is that falling damage is capped at 200 feet. So you cannot take. If you fall down at 1,000 feet, it deals the same damage as 200 feet.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
capped at 200 feet. So
How many D6s
20.
is that? Because I know I dropped from 100 feet and I was
20
okay-ish
D6.
with like
20 D6.
20 D6.
Yeah,
Yeah, so 20 d6.
Ignore this roll. I just want to see how much hell I'm about to hit.
about 100 damage or so. Oh, well, much. Oh, it's 70 damage. Okay. So you would take 35 damage because you have resistance to fall damage.
Okay. And if I was to have somebody on my back, would they also take damage? Or if I took the blunt of the hit, carrying them?
Good question.
I mean, I doubt you would be able to land on your feet. So then the impact would just be sent through your entire body and then also to the person on your back.
No.
How about this?
If
I'll
you-
give you
if
an
you
haven't
somehow
seen my superhero man, bro.
I'll give you an option to take his damage on you. So
Ooh.
you will be. So he'll take the other person. Actually, how about this? Other person will take half damage, and the other half will be dealt to you, which will be
Interesting.
resisted. So if it were to be those two rolls, so you take 35 from the first roll, that's for yourself, and the other person takes a half of 74, and which is
And I would take
30
another like 15 or 16 or
37.
whatever.
Yeah, and you will take the other 17. 37 divided by 2. So yeah.
Can he
Yeah,
really
that would
actually
probably be a
put,
good idea to
anything
take
into
the
it?
half because at 74, if that 74 damage was me, that knocks me out because 74 is my max HP.
You don't want
My
to
max
do
is
it.
102. So I mean, so Captain, how quickly can we get down?
Yeah, Noni, how fast can we get down?
Oh, the ship speed is written, right? So look up the ship speed. Yep, you have access to all the information
But
that I have.
here's the overall plan as he calculates that real quick. We sweep down. All fall with Bubbles and carrying Logoth down onto the Black Knight, and we will immediately surround him. While you pass over, you do your undead turn, destroy whatever you did, and do that to all the undead to give us some breathing room.
Okay.
And we'll play it from there. Like, ideally, please land ASAP and
Yeah.
start taking care of that any undead stragglers, and then meet us at that Death Knight.
Okay.
But the three of us can hold them, I believe, for a little bit. When we land Lograth and Bubbles, we need to separate and spread out around him, so he can't do that flaming ball of death at us.
Exactly. The idea is to keep moving around,
All right.
as that fire does have quite a bit of impact in the immediate area.
If I'm gonna be
It will roast you pretty
Yes.
well.
If I'm gonna be carrying you, Lograth, you may be small, but with your armor and stuff, you weigh a little bit. I feel like I'd have to wait until we're at least 100 feet or so for me to be combat ready. And I'll give you a health potion and put it in your hand. When we land, please shove that thing in my mouth.
Will do.
So I think we have a crazy ass plan that'll probably kill us all. I like it.
A turn is 6 seconds, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the ship can move 26 feet per turn.
What?
Well, I calculated the speed of the ship. The speed of the ship is 3 miles per hour, which is 4.4 feet per second times 6 is 26.4. Down to 26 feet per turn.
No, you have 45 feet of movement per turn. Using those two that
Oh, okay. Well, I googled
Yeah.
on D&D Beyond, but yeah, I mean, yeah.
Because it's a windy day.
if it is a
Yeah.
wind towards the direction that you want, it's actually 10 more, so 55 maximum. But yeah, you should have at least 45.
So how far up were we now? We were like 50 feet up. Oh wait, no, we went up even further.
We're way up. We're at below the cloud level.
Well, how far up is that then? 100? 150?
The stratosphere is
several thousand feet.
yeah.
No. I don't think I agreed on going that high, but okay, sure.
No, that's why I was asking. Like, you said high up, so I was like, all right. You see the dragon or something? Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's
It's good. It's good for flavor.
Yeah.
Like we descend quickly and come upon a dragon immersed in battle. Like what happens? We descend the ship quickly into something. That's what we want to do, right? We're coming down on this red dot. Or where are we descending, guys? What are we aiming for? Are we aiming for the army, or are we aiming for the dragon, or are we aiming for somewhere in between?
For the no,
What are we aiming for?
You're the
Here's-
captain, so everything that you say that happens with the ship will go. So if you say the details, let's say you want to be like 500 feet on the air, that's what will happen. So how high in the feet would you like to go?
Well, at maximum, I would have gone up 150 feet still, I believe.
Okay.
Is that where we
But,
were starting, or is that where we dropped down to?
We were at 50. Then when we saw the army, we lifted up to 150. And now
Oh.
we're still at 150.
Okay, cool.
That's
That's not bad at all. You can easily drop me down to like 50 feet then.
The undeads will notice you then. With that height.
Well- Okay.
And the mountain area is it does get higher than that. Are you like going up? 120 feet from the ground? Depends on the level, or yeah.
That question to me?
Yeah,
You're the captain.
Oh,
you're the captain.
I thought
If
it
I'm
was-
asking ship question, it's you.
okay, well, I mean, I still feel like the ramming is the best technique going, and then we just go from there. No,
I'm
I
talking about the
legit
height.
believe so. We can literally hit
Okay.
every single one of them.
Okay, so
And
right a minute ago you wanted to retcon back before we started talking about attacking the army. You wanted to retcon about how high you went when we evaded them, about how high you were, because that changes about like when we found the dragon and how high over the rocky cliffs
Oh,
we
we're
went.
still discussing that?
Yes.
I thought I
Yeah,
thought
so
I
like
said it. 150 feet.
Okay, but
No,
okay,
but-
I'm saying that the mountain is like it gets higher than that. So would you be flying up as like mountain like this, right?
So like sea level type thing. So in essence, the army may be at 0 feet sea level, and so we're 100 feet at that.
Ah.
But the mountain is already like 300 sea level. So if we do 150 above the mountain, that would put us at actually like 450
Well,
above sea level.
I'd say 150 feet above the army.
Okay, then you cannot go past the mountain.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
So you don't see Namzara.
Why did we make him the captain? Ah, this was a bad decision.
Which one? A lot of decisions were made just now.
Yeah, no. By Yogg.
I mean,
By
none of
Yogg's
you-
blessing. I know too much. Oh, it's terrible.
None of you wanted to meet
My-
the dragon anyways, so it works out.
Well,
Yeah,
my
nobody
orders
wanted
were
to
still
beat the dragon anyways, I guess, so it's fine.
my orders were still to listen to you, but you keep saying no. You're the captain.
Okay, so this is what we want to do. We want to fly up over the mountain. How high is the mountain, Noni? How I thought it was just some rocky cliffs that blocked off like this guy's area, but it's a mountain now that blocks
As I
us from
mentioned,
getting
it's
to our destination.
the reason why it's in the map is because they're gigantic.
They're gigantic. Cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll for some height.
Okay.
The highest one goes above 450 feet.
Okay. So this is what I say in my mind. This is what happened.
Yeah.
We passed over this army and we saw these giant jagged rocks in front of us, and we were like, oh shit, we need to get away from this army. So not only speeding away from them forward, but seeing that we were going to crash into some cliffs, we also went up. And so we went up and forward and just like elevated, just skyrocketed away from them and went 150 feet away from them and then 150 feet up above the highest thing. So we're like 600 feet in the air, not just 150 feet. And so we passed over the mountains and we got to see the little red dot, and that's what's in my mind. Maybe we're not thousands of feet into the stratosphere, but we're really high up there.
I don't think you'd be considered a little red dot at 150 feet away.
Yeah, 600 feet though, you'd still see like very
Yeah,
tiny.
no,
It's not. It
'cause-
won't be
Well,
tiny
no,
dot. It
you-
will be more like
It's-
pretty big dot. Like you.
Okay,
but like-
so the-
It's on the other side at the base of the mountain down by the pool.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
It's
this
just
is at 0 feet sea level ish. Same height as this land. It's only these rocks that are 450. and such.
Correct.
The highest
Okay,
point
I
of the
was-
rocks, it goes up like there's this.
Yeah, they're
Thank you for clarifying. I appreciate it.
so we don't want to fight in there.
So,
Crash our ship.
honestly, I figured like if you guys are up for it, that would be a good place to stop
Indeed.
for this night session. Like we crest over the mountains, we see Namzara 600 feet down, laying in this pool of water. On the other side of the mountains is the army of undead, and that's where we kind of take
Yeah.
a break and we hit that tomorrow next week.
Yep. And we're trying to figure out what we're doing, man. Planning, preparation.
Nope, that wouldn't affect it. I was about to say I have off work next week, next Monday, but that's a mute point because I still work Tuesday.
On Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah, what a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is good question to Yes. There is that thing to talk about. So yeah. If you mention your classes and stuff.
Okay. For Lobs, my answer to that is, I'm not going to tell you. I mean, it's obvious for me, honestly, but nonetheless, I mean, these roll 20 sessions, people come and go so often. Trying to strategize a good party mesh is kind of a mute point. I would just say have your friend pick whatever he wants to have fun with.
Okay.
And then, because that'll actually keep him coming back more often if he's having fun with his character instead of
Okay.
just being like, oh, I wanted how to be a cleric because we don't have a cleric.
Okay. Because he told me,
That's
my buddy told me he had an idea for a character concept that he would
Oh,
want
there you go.
to
Time to use it.
try if you wanted to join. But Noni, that actually brings me up to a question for you. My buddy works from.
You said
Works
you'd be
from-
late 1 hour every day, right?
Yeah, he'll be at. So he'll be probably hopping on anywhere between probably like at the earliest like 9 because of if he works that day, if that's fine.
He leaves 1 hour early.
He usually gets. I think he gets off work at like 8:30.
We have time differences, right? So, in 3 hour duration of the game time, when will he join and when will he leave?
so like an hour in, right?
From what I'm understanding, yes.
I don't think it's too much problem anyway. So, yeah.
Would that be okay? Okay.
Yeah, there was a player who was doing that, although I kind of moved the session in time for him that time.
Okay.
No, you said
Now
if
he's-
he works that day. Does he not always work Mondays?
He doesn't know his schedule. He doesn't get his schedule until Friday. Every Friday he gets a new schedule, so he doesn't know when he works until that Friday.
I'll be expecting
so-
you. So worst case is 1 hour late join, right?
Yeah. Worst case.
If
Best case
that's a-
scenario, he could have that day off and he could join at normal time.
Yeah, if the worst case, then I don't see any problem. If there is a normal case, I'll expect that as a normal case. So yeah, if it gets worse than that, let me know. But yeah, I'll be expecting
Okay.
1 hour late.
But he also told me that if you wanted to talk to him, I could just give you his Discord. You guys can talk.
You should be able to invite him to the channel. If you don't, I'll give you the invitation link so we can talk about it.
Let me see. Here we go. Add friend. What to this month? To
No,
this
not
one?
to this one. To the channel. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the Monday night Clasping Monkeys thing.
Yeah.
Monday
Okay.
Living Trial.
Okay. I'll add it. I'll add him. I'll add him, and you and Noni can talk.
I'm curious if you can guess my class. I'm curious.
I heard book. I'm saying that there's a bit of warlock in there.
A bit.
A bit of warlock, because that's what the Book of Shadows you have.
I have a Book of Shadows, yes.
Okay, so that's at least 3 levels of warlock. And I want to say, are you a divine caster or an arcane caster for the other levels?
You don't know, it's great! But I am a crazy person, and that's what keeps bringing me back, is that I just love my crazy character. It wouldn't matter.
I know. I'm honestly like starting to grow. Mick the Man is starting to grow on me. He's just, I like it.
Have you worked like as a Jehovah's Witness like sometime in your life? Or, like, in
No,
a past
never
life?
have. Raised Catholic, and I hated it. And basically, you
I'll
know,
invite him to the
Yeah.
link thing real quick if that's okay, Noni.
Yeah, because I could totally imagine like Mick going around knocking on doors, like,
no,
oh, have you
man.
heard of Yogi?
I was a salesman for a door-to-door salesman for a couple years. I did do that. So
Oh, so you're like a Jehovah's Witness, but for items instead
no,
of
yeah, I sold ADT systems for like a couple years. So I did that.
fun.
Yeah, it was terrible. So I'm all about that safety.
Woo!
Now I just encapsulate that personality with something a little different, and it's more fun for me. So
Yep. My system, my house is like Fort Knox when I turn on my system. I have
yeah,
motion sensors everywhere.
laser beams and stuff.
Hmm.
It's cool. I like cool technology. It really sucked me in, man. I don't do that anymore. Now I work in a warehouse, so it's a lot different, and I don't get to talk to people as much. And I don't know. D&D is just like a cool way to just
Yeah, I
do
get
that.
it. I work in a I'm not playing D. Whenever I'm not home, I'm working in a assisted living facility as a dietary aide, and I either work daylight or afternoons, which at the latest is like 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
I
There you
mean,
go.
all right, people are all right.
Pays the bills, but it just I'd rather be
Yeah.
here doing this, doing
Whatever pays
crazy
the
shit.
bills is
So
all I care about.
yeah,
But
got needs, man. Yeah,
Hey,
here's
everyone.
ordered.
We're attacking
All right,
Undead Army next week. I hope everyone can attend.
it'll be good.
Having your extra party member will help, probably.
Yeah.
But that turn undead would be a huge thing. We just gotta remember not to actually damage the undead, else they turn back.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
we'll plan more on what we'll do with the undead next session.
Yeah, we'll have plenty of time. We'll have 3 hours
Yeah,
to we can do
yeah.
that battle and then talk to Nemzura.
the
Yeah, it'd be cool.
freaking Death Knight, I believe, is weaker than or at the similar level as Iron Golem in CR. So I have no
No,
doubt that you
I
can
think
beat the
that,
crap
like
out of it.
metagame wise, I know we can handle it because I cave like our Friday night session like 4 Death Knights, and you guys handled them like they were peasants.
Death Knights?
So
Four Death Knights.
I don't think they were Death Knights. They were Black Guards, no?
no, and Friday nights when I was D&D on Friday.
Yeah, I thought
There's,
they were Black Guards.
Oh shit, they were blackguards.
Yeah, Death Knight is CR17 undead.
Oh.
These guys, the fireball thingy that I told you about, it deals average 70 damage if you get hit and doesn't make save. 70 damage?
That's a kick in the balls.
It is a kick in the balls. And many of the ship parts have 100 health or 50 health, so some ship part can go down in one hit. Some ship parts.
That's cool. We can have 2 carpenter's kits.
Indeed, you can try to fix it.
Yeah, but there's no wood around here. It's just rock and water.
Yeah.
So
Very hot water, to be exact.
yeah, it's all right.
I don't feel like turning Lograth into Goblin Stew tonight.
I could just put everyone on my back, and then we could just turn off the magic on the ship and drop the ship on the Death Knight.
Or you can fight
I
with
was-
the dragon.
Would that be enough
I
damage?
really like that idea. I was really hoping that with the water around, that just my penguin being a magical familiar, would be like, well, it's immune to
Honestly,
the effects of the
It
thing.
may be a good idea.
Damn it.
Something to consider. Quickly going to Nemzura, have Zordred say, "Hey, Nemzura, you have an army at your front door. We can help." And then Nemzura and us fight the undead things, and
I like
then
that idea.
we have a nice conversation afterward with a cup of tea.
Yeah, I like that idea. Like we lower the boat, you rappel down first, be like, "Hey there, old friend, we're here to save you." And he's like,
Please
"What?"
don't
And
kill
he's
me.
like, "Please don't kill me, but we're here to kill all this undead that's at your front door. We're here to scurry off the mice and clean out the nest, if you don't mind. You want to help us out, buddy?"
Yeah,
Be like,
that's
"Oh,
I
fine."
think our best plan of action.
Yeah,
Second plan of action if he refuses is the whole turn undead and
yeah.
gang up on Death Knight guy and go from
Yeah.
there.
You know what
I
really
agree.
sad? You go to Namzara, he's already undead dragon now.
That would suck.
That is
But that wasn't part of the scry, so I'm okay. That wasn't well. No one told Zordred that, so I'm okay with.
when it
We'll
had
find
been
out.
10 days. Ah.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll
But
see
yeah,
what
we'll
happens.
continue on next session. Thank you guys for playing. If you have any feedback, let me know. For
Okay.
Hyman, though, I want to talk to you about that thing, that thing, sad thing. So yeah,
Yeah,
we'll talk
we
about
gotta
that.
do
But
that.
yeah, rest of you have fun. See you next week.
Alrighty.
take care.
We'll see you next Monday.
I will. Hey, Nani, just to forewarn you, at some point in time when Zordred gets enough money, he wants to buy and research a detailed map of the continent. like mountain ranges, forests, canyons, uh, large bodies of water, small bodies of water, cities, towns,
We should
anything and everything known to this continent. I want it on a map at some point.
we should hire a cartographer and make that our quest.
You can.
I have a
Yes.
cartographer. Logreth has a cartographer kit, and he's got proficiency with it.
Oh, we should do that. Yes.
You need some
the for-
money though, because currently there is no map.
I know, but at the very least, the northern portion of the continent should actually be pretty easy to find a detailed map because there's larger towns on that seaside and ocean, like oceanside, seaside, whatever side it is. There's enough population across the shoreline to actually create a detailed map on the northern portion, and then the details going like southwest get worse and worse.
On the very north, Diamond Forest. That way there are almost no traffics, and so where you guys are, Red Mountain area is in war, and the Crest Crunch area, that area, for regular people is pretty dangerous to walk around. For non-combatants, there's like bullets coming out in and out, and the quicklings. What the fuck? And quicklings. Speaking of. There are a bunch of evil fairies living where there's like a little town, the Storm Coast. It's like a little bit down. In those area beside, like there's like some tiny villages that are like newer than New Istro. Those are where the evil fairies were running around, and currently natives are trying to attack the locals. So there's some shitstorm going on.
Wait, where at?
I'll bring you to the official map.
Yeah, I had a snapshot of the map that I took, and I was looking at that.
Yeah.
Oops. Oh no, I closed out. Did I close? I don't think I closed out of roll 20.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh no, I did close out of roll 20.
Yeah. So Silver Lake
Oh,
area and Tree Bottom Village area, there is an evil fairy system going on, and Storm Coast. Storm Coast, not many people live there, and there's like cloud and storm everywhere. So.
But like from Haven to Tree Bottom, like that land in the middle, at that angle, like I would imagine they'd actually have a pretty detailed map of that area, because all those cities and towns are interconnected in some way, shape, or form.
Red Mountain, New Kalo is at war.
Well, yeah,
Literally,
but that
there are
doesn't
red
stop it from having
salamanders
a
that are
map.
going around and murdering travelers.
But it doesn't mean there wasn't a map before the war begun. The war is new.
True.
So you'd have like a new map of this place and an old map of this place, and you'd have to hodgepodge all the things, and it'd probably find a hard to find one continuous map of the whole place.
There is a
Yeah,
one
but I'm
and
not looking
only.
for like a road map. I'm not looking for like where I-95 is. I'm curious about like forests, mountains, like landmark locations, and any other like perhaps small towns or cities that we may have missed. Kind of like the small towns that got popped up by our flyover.
Yeah. But old maps wouldn't show new towns, is the thing.
Correct.
So
Yes,
it's
no, I
been
agree
at
with
war for
that.
a while. So
Old maps are not show new towns. Yeah.
The maps that
That'll be
you're
what-
currently using is being made by the Adventurers Guild that exists in New Kalo, and their goal was to explore the places and like mark off the places. So yeah, all the map that you obtain through the game is technically from them. Yeah. There
Okay.
may be some other people who have better maps but stuff like that. But yeah, like for example, Arcane Monument have their own version of map. The Shooting Star Monks, they would have their own map, stuff like that.
Yeah, but like if I pay enough money and do enough like time off research, this is like in the future, Like
Yeah,
if I take enough time off research and put in enough money, I should be able to piece together multiple maps and make my own map, either by doing it myself or by handing all my information to Logroth, who has a cartography skill.
yeah.
So, just as a heads up, because I know as a DM you'd want to be prepared for something like that.
All right.
So, just trying to help you out a little bit.
What are you eating, Noni? I gotta know. Is it just noodles, hard
It's just
noodles, or is that
it's hard
pocky?
Have a good one.
Oh, okay. Oh,
But yeah,
yeah.
for the puzzle though, on this Hobbs, do you want to say anything?
For what?
I don't know, you were around, so.
I kind of got drawn into the conversation, almost, kind of.
Okay.
But I'm probably just gonna end up heading off for the night. But do give my member a bit.
Yep, I'm gonna talk to you right after. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty, I'll catch you guys. I'll catch you guys next week.
Have fun.
See ya.
All right, take care.
40. What was it?
The puzzle. I use the.
puzzle. I'm interested in how it went. I'm
Oh
so
my
sad
goodness,
that it doesn't
man.
work out. It's like, puzzle is my favorite.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. It was great. I want to show you. So let me get out of living trial.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to my game and I'm gonna share a screen so you can see it.
Okay.
I could just invite you to it, but that wouldn't make any sense.
Seeing the screen is fine.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was online actually. I thought it was offline.
What, my game or what?
Yeah. I thought your Sunday
Yeah,
game was offline game.
No, I use Roll20 for my game too, because what we do is we set up a TV on the table and run an HDMI cord to the TV, and then we use all the maps and the interactives from the Roll20 on the TV, and they just use little miniatures on the TV for that instead, and it's pretty cool. How do you share screen? Share screen. Share screen. Share screen.
I had a friend who was using Photoshop instead, which was super neat. I had an artist friend who was drawing the map on real time, and he had a custom drawn monster, so it was like super neat.
There you go. Share screen. Yeah, man. I tried doing that, and they didn't like how long it was taking for me to draw maps, so I just decided to start prepping beforehand and like getting maps and stuff. So this is what my maps look like. Is I get them pre-done. This is where they're at now. They're in this castle that I was telling you about, and they traveled this way. And the highlighted there's the darkened rooms that they haven't explored, and then the highlighted parts where they were explored. Sorry, they went that way. They got stopped by a trap here. Then they went this way. I forget what happened that made them come over here. Anyways, they ended up eventually getting to the other side, which this door right here was the puzzle door, which was cool because I just did this, and I was like, night door puzzle, hey, figure it out, right? And there wasn't much of an explanation other than I gave them the riddle from the seal. Basically the guardian door which was in the basement, which was like 2 levels down, and they decided not to listen to it. And then on the first floor there's a courtyard, which you can look around the courtyard and get more clues if you roll perception and stuff like that, because the whole deal is like it's supposed to be a starry night, and it's the stars aligned. You can open the door. They didn't even look at the stars. It's like an open courtyard. They didn't look around at all. They're just like, oh, let's just find the zombie and kill him. It's like, or kill the vampire. It's like, okay, man, not gonna take an account of any of these clues I'm giving to you. No one's gonna take any notes. So it's like, okay, well, here you guys go. You have to figure out this puzzle. And I even told them, I literally told them the rules of the puzzle verbatim, right? I tried to just give them clues, tried to edge them into it. They're like, is it like a Sudoku? Or it's like, yeah, it's kind of like a, and they couldn't figure it out. And and at one point, 2 of my players were just yelling out random combinations like moon, star, star, sun, 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 moon, star, sun, moon, moon, star. And they were like trying to touch the screen and like drag it and stuff, and I'm like, no, that's not what you do. You gotta do choose one of each per row and column, and at one point I was like, listen, if you can just get one row or column correct, you've been spending like 20 minutes on this. If you could just get one, I'll give it to you. You know. And that's when one of my players like took it seriously. Like she'd been thinking about it. She'd been thinking about it for a minute. She's like, all right, I get this, because I explained the rules of this one. I was like, this is how the puzzle's supposed to be, and I read off the rules from the website directly. That's it. And yet two of my players were still like moon, star, sun, moon, star, and they're just rambling, just not invested in it at all. And other people didn't understand it still. And I've got like 6 people at the table, and they're all talking over each other, just making nonsense. And she's like, "All right,
I think.
And one
I
guy's
probably
super
should've-
mad. He's like, "I just want to kill the vampire. Just let me kill it. Can I blow up the door?" I was like, "No, you can't blow up the door. You have to figure out the puzzle."
Yeah, we probably should have dumbed it down a lot. I think.
Should have done what?
Yeah, dumb it down a lot.
Dumbed it down.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was like. All right, just give me one row or one column. Just give me some. Actually, place something in the thing.
But if you say that though, I guess I don't know how much meta game they're going on, but it feels kind of like Bricks Immersion, right?
They do try. They metagame a lot. They try to.
Yeah.
Like one guy's like when they first found out that it was a vampire, just loosely described. Oh, this like a guy cloaked in shadows. He moves really fast. He grappled somebody and bit them. He's like, "Oh shit, it's a vampire!" It's like, okay, well I didn't tell you that, so thanks, man.
I
then,
think
like,
there are different
he
type of
escaped.
people. Some people like play the D&D to meet the other people, right? And they just joke around. And they're using D&D as a tool for them to joke around with other people. So
and that's mostly what it's there for these guys. A couple of my players really like it and really like the immersion. And I think the one puzzle person really liked it, and it's unfortunate because 2 of my regulars that really like really more immerse themselves weren't there, and they're some of my newer players that don't get a chance to do this very often, and they weren't there for this past time. I lost some of my players, so instead of having the normal 6, I was just having 4, and it's just like it was a little rough. You want to see some of my other maps?
I think for the puzzle though,
Yeah.
instead of having
How would you implement that? Would you pop it up on the screen like that though, like as a little?
I'll show you what I did on.
But you know what I mean, like a little handout. Be like, okay, here's the puzzle. Like.
Okay, so I deleted it a long time ago.
Okay.
You see it here. In Roll20.
You want me to go back and know your Roll20? Okay, let me leave mine. Hold on. Exit game. Oh, I guess I could stop screen sharing now, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
general people. It wasn't for the people. There were many people who were unimmersive in the first place, and they were not interested in the puzzle in the first place. And on advance on that, I think it kind of, if you have it on the door and you see the puzzle, there's a puzzle. It's like kind of you should flavor it up a little bit on the puzzle when you're giving it, so that it feels the lore of the world when you're viewing it. So you're in the Roll20, see?
Yeah, it's loading. Give it a second.
Okay.
I mean, I
So-
tried to flavor like the whole map along, so like while they got there, when they got there, they're ready for it. So
No, the puzzle itself though should be immersed into the game and the world.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
Because the puzzle shouldn't feel like I'm doing this real life puzzle. It should be like I'm doing this adventure.
Okay.
Although I don't think it'll work out even though best way, because if some people are metagaming, I mean their goal is not that, right? Their goal is not to play D&D.
Yeah.
Their goal is to have fun with the friends. So for those people, I say more jokes, I guess.
I guess. So what am I looking at?
Okay, so what happened here is that the party was teleported here.
Okay.
Saying that they were asking for the boss, that they want to get into the enemy territory, and the party asks, "Can you teleport us there?" And they say, "Sure." Teleported the group to the center here.
Yeah.
The entire place was dark and there was no light. And they saw when after doing some light and exploration, they see the giant door in front of them, and they see some sort of a switch, but it was like turned off. There was no power. There was no magic through it. And a bunch of the people saw a bunch of light on the very ceiling, but like all of them were off. And some people were investigating, like they go and check the door and they see how it works, right? And I mentioned that there is a power grid that is connected from the door that connected to the center. And center at the time when they were there was like a black orb in the center.
Okay.
So like there was like this type of thing. Although I had it all drawn at that time, and there was a boss battle, so I deleted all of them. So that's kind of sad for me. But the puzzle that I used was, I'll post it. Let me see if I can find it. I believe it was called Rome or something. Roma. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the puzzle that I used in Roll20. You see it?
Yeah.
It's from the website. So it doesn't look like, part of the world at all, right?
Right.
So what I did is that you see that black dot in the puzzle?
Yeah.
That's the black dot that you see like about here. And I described it that's a power source. And the other players investigating the area found like a manual of like how to like adjust the arcane powers.
Okay.
And some of the wizards, so I said that only wizard can do it. And other people can assist, but that's about it. What they do is that there is a bunch of tiles, and you can use a switch to start the power, and the power starts like flowing in, and then they get like rejected and starts like sparks like come out from where they're wrong. So that they don't have to get everything at one time. They can just like do it with the wrong configuration, run it, and I just tell them what is wrong, so that eventually, given time, they will get it right eventually. So that they feel like sense of progression as the game goes on.
Okay.
So that even though they have no idea, they will eventually figure it out. But so at the beginning, they will see like some of the tiles are pre-configured, right? And once the power starts going in, I describe the powers run through like the arrows that are shown there. Although like I actually describe how the power travels. And they see when the arrow doesn't connect, it like starts looping and it's like overheating, and like some bunch of people take damage. Or this person was activating it, starts like feeling feedback. That type of deal. And once they have all the arrows aligned, power from the entire room starts coming on and starts centering on the switch, and it kind of slides in, and all the light comes on. As the ground opens, a giant spider appears, and
Gotcha.
that's how the thing went in the way. So like the flavor-wise, the description is that every facility in this area, every research facility contained the dangerous stuff that if it went wrong, it needs to be contained immediately. And this was one of the way to shut down the facility immediately. So using this device, you power it off, and the entire facility just shuts down. So it's like interact with the lore, and when you're doing it, you don't see this puzzle, right? Because if you show this puzzle, then everyone knows it's Sudoku.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I had it in mind, actually a different puzzle in mind. This one, Sun and Moon. When I was telling you Sun and Moon,
Yeah.
you use a starry stars, not the Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
So we were talking about different puzzles. So if I were to do this puzzle in specific, is that so every line has one cloud and one star, right?
Right.
So what I would do is that I would have like bunch of inactive orbs.
Okay.
So there will be like ores that are locked in place. So some sort of pillar that has like a gem on one side and the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So all four,
Yeah.
there's a pillar and there's a gem on all four sides. And
Okay.
there's like the random, like just the stone bowls on the ground that are like rolling around on the ground or something like that. I described it to the player.
Okay.
And then I would have like magical wands, like hanging around or be hidden in some places. And if someone were to cast Identify, do they have Identify?
No.
Yeah, then I would like probably have a switch or something like that. So that if they activate the wand, you start shooting out some laser. And then if they were to shoot laser directly at the, for example, the pillar or the rock, then it would have like different appearance. So one will be the wand of star, and let's say the other is wand of cloud, a stardust. So that
Okay.
or it could be sun. It doesn't have to be stardust, but yeah.
Okay.
And there's stardust, right? So one is a wand of star and one is a wand of stardust. So wand of star, if you're shooting at the pillar, that jewel like kind of lights up, and you see like some sort of a door mechanism unlock. You like visually see it. And if you were
Okay.
to shoot it at the rock, then rock starts emitting the same light as a wand or something like that. And all the gems in that direction that is watching that starts lighting up, and you see a bunch of the stuff unlocked. The player will figure out from that direction or something like that.
Okay.
So yeah, like integrating puzzle into the game, not like just show them the puzzle. It's like, yo, do this.
No. So what I was trying to do is that like, so what I told them is that like, so there's arcane runes across the door, and they had to figure out what they said. And the whole clue was like, when the stars align, you'll have, your passage will be open, or some rhythmic
No, but
thing
you
up.
can
I
give
don't know.
them you can give them riddle to help them, but you shouldn't show
Yeah.
them the puzzle that you're sourcing from.
Right now, that makes sense.
Yeah, because
Um,
by at the moment that you see it, they are like, well, it's a puzzle. What the fuck? Yeah, that's what I mean by reflavor.
Yeah.
Although I think for your
Again-
group, I think it
again.
won't work out anyway.
Yeah.
If there's
No.
a
It wouldn't.
player, yeah, if there's a player doing that, then what the fuck is the point? So, but yeah, like some characters, as long as I mean, my character would be fine in all games, but but yeah,
Yeah.
it's not for some people. So, but yeah, inspiration.
I just I would have I think if I would have done that one differently, because the room leading up into that chamber, it was pretty big, and what I probably would have done in that instance would have been like you said, would have been like a room of maybe 9 or like so many like pedestals, and they would have had to place the right objects on the pedestals or something in that order. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like
And like they would have, like there would be on a shelf, an alignment of shelves, and they could have picked up an orb that would look like the moon or something, various orbs that look like stars, and they would have had to place them right or something. I don't know. It's probably the only better way I could have reflavored it. But I don't know. At least for the puzzle I chose, but it just, but they just really weren't into it. They just were so about like, I don't know. The dude that was metagaming was convincing everybody they had to rush to get to the vampire before, according to Dracula's rules, that he'll be reborn the next day or something or another. He's like, well, no, he just fled from you guys because he was tired of fighting you guys. He's really is fine. He just took his mist form and went home. Like he can do that. Okay, it's fine. You want to fight him again? I'm cool with that. You can explore his whole castle. And they didn't even explore the whole castle. Like, there's all this loot and stuff they missed, and they're just trying to race their way along. And like, okay, I built all these cool things, and nope, it's fine. And
maybe
it kept some people engaged because they liked the pacing of the quickness, but at the same time, I don't know.
my recommendation.
It didn't feel dangerous, It didn't feel like they were. I don't know.
I don't think they're exploration people.
No, they're probably more railroad.
Not
they need a
railroad.
story
It's
to
not
follow.
about railroad. but they want to skip the middle, right? They don't want to do like the dungeon delving. They just want to.
Yeah, they don't want to have to roll for perception and
Yeah.
trying to unlock a door and trying to figure out what's around them or and trying to figure out how to do things. They're like, oh, this is the thing, let's go do it. You know.
Yeah.
Like if they were doing the mercenary thing right now, they would love the teleportation thing. Be like, oh, you dropped us right where the thing we need to kill. Great, that's great. Another one done. Another one done. Love it. They would love you so much, Noni. They would love being a clasping monkey. Just oh no, we love the teleporter. Who cares if we get dropped off right in the middle of everything? We're gonna kill, just murder hobos, kill all the things.
No, for
You know?
me though, like I don't do the middle section, because like me personally, like RP, and I think the funnest part is talking to another character.
And I think that's what, yeah. I mean, when people RP well, you don't really need a lot of that because that'll fill itself in. And I think our group does that pretty well.
I think you need
But
more social.
I don't think
encounters.
that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that you don't do the middle part well. Don't get me wrong. Like, just you have enough social encounters from your world building, and you have enough world built that if we want to explore, we can. And just you wrote a mercenary guild. That will help us. Because I mean, who really wants to take 10 days to walk to a place? And
Tuesday group.
I mean, oh, do they? Oh God.
They actually,
Ugh.
for that group, they level up to random encounter, unlike you guys. So
Okay.
I actually have to do random encounter for them to level up. So
Okay.
I'm feeding them random encounters on the way and stuff. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so Tuesday group, they have been traveling for a week by foot, with a cart, with a caravan, and yeah, they were traveling and they met Bullet. They were assaulted by salamander. They were slayed by salamanders and they ran away from salamanders. And they went into this place that were infested by brain dogs. Some sort of a mindflayer's pet thingy.
The intellect devours.
Yeah, intellect devours. Yeah.
Yeah, those things are scary. Holy shit! Unless you're a wizard or someone with really high intelligence, they're scary.
It one-shotted one
Yeah,
of the
those
character.
suck.
So the party ran away. So
Yeah.
there was a town. They went in. They went right out, and they ran across the town, around the town. Yeah.
Ugh.
And yeah, they're about to get to the town next session, and hopefully Caravan arrives there. They get paid, and yeah, they're well off. And the payment is 500 gold.
Oh my God.
It's low level campaign, so yeah, it's like holy shit. You risk your life and travel all that along on foot, and you get 500 gold. Amazing.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
yeah, and for those people though, like they like to laugh, right? Like
Yeah, they
I
like
think
to laugh.
I think the focus should be like, more fun gimmick, like stand-up comedy ish, likewise.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
do know
they
that-
enjoy my NPCs that I make that help them out from time to time. So because they're usually very meme-ish.
Yeah, there were some DM that I know that they're super meme and
Yeah.
are very like stand-up comedian like when they're like DMing, instead of a D&D campaign like. So I think like those are like probably what they want in general. They don't like
Yeah.
puzzle. They don't like exploration.
I just figured I'd test it out. It seemed like a really good idea, and plus it seemed appropriate for like a wizard, like this vampire lair. It's not supposed to be easy to get to them. It was supposed to be they just stumbled across them, and I don't know. Like I'm not gonna stop them from fulfilling their quest or whatever, their personal quest. Like, okay, you want to kill him? Cool. Like that's fine. We can roll with this storyline, but it should feel a little difficult at least, So. So now they're in the final chamber with the whole group of vampires, and one used their scroll of teleportation, or they had an amulet of teleportation, which they literally were not supposed to give to these vampires. Get this? They just That was like the thing they weren't supposed to do. So what did they do? They gave it to one of like the lesser vampires and activated it, and so it went away. So now they're one less vampire they have to fight. And I'm just like, okay, well, they're gonna kill the rest of them in there. So they got like 2 vampires left to kill.
Why are they killing vampires anyway?
Huh?
Why are they killing vampires anyway? What did they
Oh
do?
well, okay. So in my story, there's 4, or in my campaign, there's 4 major towns. Each town is kind of based on someone's backstory. This town that they were in, it was in Sumpdad, was basically around um my human player's backstory plus my elven paladin's backstory, so they were intertwined. Because it's an area of conflict, right? And of course, the paladin has her his temple there that like the temple that is helping defend the people from the onslaught of undead, and then there is the former rulers of the town before it became part of this people that were like family to my human player. So the whole thing is that the vampires tried to assimilate the leaders of the town, and that's how they died, because their mansion got burned down. And because I guess they converted one, this Lord Griffin-Smith, to being a vampire, um, now they feel like they should own the town, and the paladins are trying to defend the town from the vampire onslaught. But really, the vampires own the town because they're the rightful rulers, versus like how like the rest of the territory feel like they should own the city state, and they don't, though, because like these are really the rightful rulers here. So it's a royalty thing, and because they're ancient vampires, so they're killing all these vampires that are pretty much ancient royalty, and they don't really know it because they haven't really learned that much about lore or anything.
Yeah, so
So
party
they're
doesn't know.
they don't. The party doesn't know that they were just there because the paladins were like, "Hey, yeah, man, people are stealing kids and robbing graves, and we don't know what to do about it." So they're like, "We'll look into the graves." And they fought some ghouls, and they're like, "Shit, there's some undead in this town. Man, who's stealing these kids? Oh, oh man, we found these hidden kids. They were in this cave in some crates, and oh, there's some spooky people. We gotta follow them." And they got ambushed a couple times, and then they got to their destination where the cart was being taken, and oh, there's a scary man, let's fight him, he's trying to eat kids, or he's trying to take kids away. And they saved the kids and fought him the first time, and he was like, ah, fuck this, I'm out. And then they followed him up the stairs, and they were in his castle, and it's just like, it's like, you're in a vampire's castle, man. You think maybe you want to get out? Like, you saved the kids, you did your job, like, maybe you should go tell the paladins that are saving the town from vampires that there's vampires there. Like, you maybe want to mention that? No? Okay, you're gonna do it yourself.
Yeah.
That's fine. You don't want to tell, like, the group of paladins that good at killing. No, you're just gonna have the one with you, just the one. Okay, hopefully that's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had the
I don't
campaign
know.
too. I had a vampire in the castle. The party was hired to protect there was some lawbreakers in the town, and those
Yeah.
lawbreakers were after the vampire lord's daughter,
Mm-hmm.
because vampires can't have daughter, but he got a daughter, so the church was like, what the fuck, so they sent like some soldiers for that. And
Yeah.
the party went in, and party was working with the vampire lord and with the vigilance. And at the end, when both of them were together, vampire lord was like, thanks for bringing this to my hand, they're gonna murder the things, and the party ran away. It's like, well, I guess that's gonna yeah, the party killed the visuals by helping them, which was sad. But anyhow,
Wow.
yeah, players are dumb.
Wow. No, it's really surprising. It's like this session where we're arguing for like 30 minutes about like, okay, we know there's an undead horde, and we know our friend is trying to like, because if I met a game, I know that Nemsara is trying to recover in this pool from some great battle that he's injured, and that he's protecting his kids or dragonlings, or maybe they're not his kids. But I know that like he's in a dangerous spot, and that if anything, even though I might not be his friend, that combined forces trying to fight an army is much better than being like us just trying to fight an army. Like that's just basic common sense. But the other paladin's like, I want to run my boat into them. Like it's like what? What?
It's funny.
No, it's funny. It's like we just got this boat, man. We just paid good money for this boat. I didn't get my church because I had to pay for a boat. I'm a little upset. Oh man.
And the boat
Oh,
owner is
man.
currently missing. Okay.
Oh my god, right? That sucks. I could use some of Kay's vials right now. I could be stuffing Memphis in vials. Oh man. I don't have any though. It upsets me.
Well, but yeah, I think my curiosity has been solved. Well, thank you for
Alright.
telling me that.
Thank you for
It's,
your suggestions, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Hopefully I'll become a better DM.
I mean, I think better DM is just adjust to the player. So I think just give them what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tonight was fun. I'm glad I got to play with the penguin, even though it didn't do anything.
Melt into the thing. It's like it jumps in, it's like melts. Yeah.
It's a lot better than you do yourself walking in and dying, right? Like, I want to see what happens. I'm gonna throw it in there.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Just resummon it, whatever.
Yeah.
It's fine. Oh man, it's good. It's a good game so far, Noni. I really enjoy it. It's a diverse thing and always make things cool.
Yeah. Before
Appreciate
there
you,
was
man.
complaint that there was encounters were too difficult. And
I don't think I ever complained about that. It was my
before you
first
joined.
encounter.
Before you
Oh,
joined,
before me?
there was some complaint the encounter too difficult. Alright, I'll drop the encounter difficulty.
I can imagine that. They talked about giant murderous spiders and stuff, so.
No, that was dropped difficulty.
Oh, really?
Yes, the giant spider was a reflavored iron golem. Which
Oh,
is
okay.
like OKCR.
Okay.
The higher one that they were talking about is that there was a Sphinx,
Oh, okay.
which is like a CR 17-ish again.
Yeah.
But there
Sphinxes are pretty
was
hard.
8 of them, 8 or 7 of them, I think.
Yeah.
There are 8 or 7 of them, and they a bunch of summons.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had like 4 animals at the same time or something like that at the time, and yeah, they killed the Sphinx, but in the process, 1 person died. So
Wow.
yeah, I'm like, well,
I think it's funny that you lowered the CR and then I came on, and they were still like, "Why would you drop us in the middle of salamanders? It's still too." That's crazy. Look,
Salamander is that you can actually kill all of them too. Actually,
I
just the
thought we
boss
could have
and-
done that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all of them are pretty difficult, but you guys are gonna get out in time limit, so you can kill the boss actually and get the mission success.
We didn't have to do that, man. And plus, I had a great plan to talk us out of it. Oh, that was so much fun. That was my first session, and it was so much fun. That just got me hooked. I love this character now, and I love this world. I can't wait to go back to Red Mountain and see if I still have friends.
For the salamanders though, like they got the right before you guys come, there was another set of human assassins that were sent there. Well, not human, but
Right. That's
adventurers.
why that's why they attacked us. So
Yeah, and
you know.
yeah, a bunch of people doesn't drop weapons, so it's like I guess they don't keep attacking until they drop weapons. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see if I ever go back there with Breza and see if they remember me, and because it doesn't seem like I'm making too many human followers. But if I can keep getting like, I don't know, other followers.
As a group, you should do more town missions than
Yeah.
like go find the dragon mission. If you're gonna go find dragon mission, you're gonna make dragon friends. So if you're gonna
Yeah.
make human friends, we want to stay close to the human. Or do
Or
something
just
great, like for example, if you're gonna build like a giant tower in the middle of town named after like a mixed tower, you're gonna be famous regardless. So, one way or the other, something you can get exposure for yourself. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Okay.
yeah. Or like
I
make a
just
great friend. For example, you don't even know who the mayor is, right?
no, I don't.
Yeah, tap
I
a
need to
bag.
do that. Okay, I'll do that. That's a good suggestion for next time we're in New Eastro.
You know.
We'll do that. Okay. Yes.
But yeah.
But yeah, I think one of my things is I have to have. Do I have to have? Is it strictly mortal followers, or there's a limit of people I have to do stuff with? I have to have a
Waterfalls?
limit of. Yeah, for the summoning of Yogg Slaagoth, I have to have an amount of people that summon him, as well as people that I kill.
Mm, I cannot exactly recall the information on top of my head.
It's fine.
I recall like
It's
6 artifacts to consider it, but I don't remember the
yeah.
people requirement at the moment. So I need to look over your background.
I know one of the artifacts is a celestial thing, though, so I don't know if you'll let my penguin count as that, but probably not.
Let me see.
Probably not.
Use your familiar.
That'd be terrible, right? Yeah.
So one divine essence.
Yeah, divine essence.
What they do is that when you summon familiar, a divine being takes the form of a familiar in this world of summon, right? So
Okay,
what you
yeah.
do is that you go to the plane of existence where the original version of that thing is, and then kill it
Hmm.
and harvest the essence.
Okay, so
So
that's what I gotta do.
yeah, that's likely the thing. So yeah.
If I opened a portal and summoned it here, that still wouldn't work, though, so I have to
If you
do a
summon
planar
the
travel.
if you summon the portal and actually bring the actual one here, that'll work too. I'm fine with
Okay,
it.
okay.
Yeah. For that, I believe the gate spell is the only spell that can do that.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't know that I learned that as a.
Paladin
I
don't
don't know
know,
that
right?
I. Yeah, I don't.
Warlock.
I don't know what level I have to be as a warlock. I think it's pretty high though.
Can Warlock even learn
Um,
it? Since you multi-class, I don't think it's an option for you.
no, I think it's one of the things. Like it's if I wanted to.
Mystic
I
Arcanium, 9th
Mystic
level, you need to
Arcanium
get to level
something.
17. So what's your
Yeah,
Paladin
so it's
level right
not an
now?
option.
Yeah,
It's 5. I can't get 17 with warlock.
yeah.
It sucks. Sucks,
Although, you
man.
can use a scroll.
Okay.
Buying a gate scroll is an option for you. And this world, buying scroll directly is banned. However, you can buy it the traditional way, through rolling. So
Okay.
try to roll for one of the table that has the magic item. Let me double check. Scroll level 9, table E. You want to roll a lot of table E and get a spell scroll level 9. You have a high charisma, so it should be pretty easy for you to consistently get table E.
Okay.
If you have advantage or so. So, yeah. And it has a 10%. It has a 14% chance whenever you roll on table E. So if you
Okay.
roll about 5 times on table E, you should get like at least 1 spell scrolls. And when you get spell scroll from this list, I say it's a scroll of your choice, so you can get gate spell if you want to.
Okay. So that would be what? That would be still a lot of money.
A lot of money, yeah. And you need to
So
make
it's-
a check, the skill check. Because
Yeah.
you're casting the spell that you can't normally cast, but it's in your class list. So maybe TC 19 ability check. With some help, you can probably get some help from the other thinking. So 19 with advantage or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Well, that'll be something for the future. And hopefully I won't have to do that for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, I still need 5 other things checked off the list first, so.
A sword.
Oh god, the sword, and hopefully we can think of something cool for the cauldron and the tablet, so.
I have an idea where that is, and you know it's in the world. So yeah,
That's
easy
cool,
to
man.
go find it.
I'm excited. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
And the
So.
only one who would actually know about it is Axel. So yeah, that's funny. But yeah, good talking. To
That
you.
is funny.
I'll see you next week. Woo.
Alright, good night.
Good night.